Ifambulem, on a good evening. I hope say any side usai una fen una sef na the wall. I hope say una they do well. Well, this evening, Tim, I know say some of una see the flyer, some of una say, oh, Matilda, this not true or not so true. Because I don't post the flyer, I hold and say this afternoon before I actually confirm, say yes, not true. Well, yes, they are here. The two gentlemen are here. Comrade Amadou Koita, as you have come to know him, Comrade Koita, and also Abu Bakar Daramy. Most people call him Abu Daramy. They are both here. They're all two Sidon Ayaso with me. And today we get for travel. We get for travel and we get for reach Nawan Junction and we get for tap Nada Junction day. And then by God in power, we go come back again. We continue for that junction day till we reach Usai we need for reach. My people, you know of these men more than I know of them. But today together, we are going to learn about them. We are not going to call them by their name, but we're going to know what makes them thick. What makes them a Sierra Leonean, what makes them a patriot. We're going to go inside of their head and understand why they've taken the route they've taken, why they've travailed the route they've travailed. Una sit tight, una hang tight, even as we begin this travel, this road trip. It's going to be a long one. It might be bumpy at times. It might be unpleasant at times. It might be painful. But guess what? Tonight, they stand in their truth. And that's the only thing you can have to ask for, standing in your truth. Comrade Koita, tell Fambuleadu.
Good evening, fellow Sierra Leoneans. Good morning, good afternoon, depends on the person who already listen to me. As me and Amadou Koita Makalu, commonly known as Comrade Koita, one of the social media activists with the challenge any government apart from SLPP, we can commit team them when a human rights violations against the people of Sierra Leone. As all man know, say media commentate and they make daily programs then for talk about things that will affect Sierra Leoneans both home and abroad.
Indeed, they talk about them where they affect Sierra Leoneans, them both home and abroad. Now I move to the other gentleman. Today I am sandwiched by two gentlemen. So yes, I move to the other one. Comrade Daramy, Abu Daramy, go ahead and tell Fambuleadu.
Fambulem unakushe. Me, Abu Bakar Siddiq Daramy. Me, I've been the former public relations officer of the Ministry of Agriculture. Me, I am a Sierra Leonean. I'm an Edwardian. I lived in the United States for about 14 years, and I came back home, I came back home finally in 2011. I come home because Salone is my country, and along that line there, I'm a businessman. I've always been a businessman. I happen to come into governance and government just for my own contribution and waiting I can give back to a country called Sierra Leone, very responsible for who I am today. And I will tell you back and I go make this. All waiting I go through. I go prison. I go Pademba Road for 11 months, 2 weeks. If that thing they happen back, I will still stay for whatever it is. I will go through it again and again and again, as long as not for Sierra Leone, as long as not for let this country better, as long as not for prove advantage and other things. I go jail for something I don't know, and all because of political indifferences. And I believe we as Sierra Leone, don't think that no go ever happen to any other person waiting I go through the 11 months of torture, humiliation, molestation, harassment, the life gone the line to death, being in solitary confinement for 147 days. I not wish anybody forgot to them, but there are some of them things and they get for make Salone grow and Salone change. Welcome.
Well, we dey celebrate 60 years of independence. Even before we sit down inside this talk proper, I want take una back to the Sierra Leone you knew, the Sierra Leone you grew up in. And they ask me, guess them, all this inside the 60 year, always. Now, my first question then to them after they can don't tell family I do. I go to you, come with Koita. What are some of your fondest memory of Sierra Leone, even as we dey inside the 60 years?
Well, me, to be very honest, we don't become a disadvantage. I cannot say I can remember often it's in a fun salon from who don't born and raise up. Maybe somebody who serve army 28 years. I see the good, the bad, and the ugly of Sierra Leone. Now me who left for can see we picking them, we can picking them, and we just say it born. But I think we will see we don't remember in a good way. Me you who were born the 70s to date, we know the send to the point at this now a fun time. Specifically me, at teenager, I went into the military, do 28 years. So I see nothing wrong with tell you say this is my fun time. From military, I can't politics. The first local I get now for arrest me and tell me go. I Padima road back to back, spend 7 months in solitary confinement, and get hell of torture. So I cannot tell anything in a fun time. We are fighting. But now picking them, we can picking them. You know, say it's on bone. Me top that kind of thing, not me.
That is deep. 28 years serving in the military. And remember, the military then job now for protect the land, now for defend the land against, foreign invaders, against, foreign attack, against perpetrators them, against infiltrators them. But he say, even we're inside the salon, outside he grew up, serving his country for 28 years, he not get anything good for write home about. But now in wish, now for ensure say in picking them and in grand picking them, no go say the same story. I go to Abu Daramy. What are some of your fondest memories growing up in Sierra Leone?
First of all, I'll start with Sierra Leone at 60. Na salon, where you work, we reach 60 years. Na retirement, you don't go, which means you don't work all your life before sit down now for the itchy pension. Before sit down for the enjoy the good things then we don't work for. Make you sit down and enjoy that. Before sit down and you picking them. Where you don't grow up and don't make them don't be successful. For making them can take care of you and all. Is that the Sierra Leone are we seeing? If Salone retire now, Salone able to take care of himself, I will tell you no. The state at which we country they presently, where Salone they presently, all over the years, basic necessities, basic amenities, Salone able to provide them for in people. Start with electricity. Electricity now one big challenge up to this day. Water, another big challenge. Education. It's a very big challenge. Transportation. Which make the highlights and things here. So I born Africa. Africa me born Africa man. So nobody know anything for telling me about Africa. Growing up in Freetown in the 80s, waiting we used for see about water supply. Yes, from block me there once in a while, you see. Just as we talk about lights and blackouts of the ocean. That is the Sierra Leone where we did into. Now blackout we have just don't get so they talk about the light and all other things them. Yes.
Coincidence.
Yes. Well, you call them coincidence, you call them that. That's what we've been living with for the past. I mean, let me just talk the light and then go get the light for making.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. So people real life situation now they witness so in real time as it happens. So you can't make these things up, okay?
I'm not making it up.
You can't make these things up.
These
real time issues, okay?
Blackouts now happen now. I just say Up till now, we've been able to take care of things like this. We've been able to get lights in our country. We've been able to take care of basic things. I therefore use the flashlights till turn the generator on. That's what we're living with Sierra Leone, you know. That is one of the problems. We're able to get constant electricity where we were able for be proud of. And I think, say, growing up in the 80s, the lights been better a little bit. It went down during the 90s, went down. The light situation only start to pick up back in 2008, start to go up, increasing the megahertz and all. And now this is where we are. I not been get generator and I'm used now. I get about 3 generators. And the lights according to the time. If it's late night, I light the small one and all that is one. The second thing, I grew up in a salon, Africa. Water been there. Yes, when they get pump block once on a while here and there and all, but not that rampant. I will tell you, presently, I'm used to there. Until people who they listen. And they pay water rate every month. From December, pumping open in the place.
You mind speak up a little bit? I think
okay. I say Usai me Uste. And they pay water rate every month. Couple of months ago, I'm going to go Guma for go make them plaba for that. And they pay water rate every month. I can show you all the bills. From December, pumping open and me up till now. So I tell them say I not pay them until pump open back. I go for the buy water by Bowser for Kana meals and all. You know, these are the problems we deal with in a salon presently. And I'm talking about 60 years. I think say the things about light, water, and proper schooling before they will get them. You go into the schools and now you look at them. First of all, I don't want to talk about free education because it just don't exist. It is called a free fees scheme. So outside they make picking and not pay school fee. That's the only thing that's happening there. When you go talk to a teacher. Now the schools.
And when they get statistics from you.
Okay. Tell you say the education we may get. Am I clear?
Yes, now you're good.
Okay, I'll tell you say the education we get from primary school. More over English and math. Now that education they are used, go secondary school, now use go college, now use go America, I go college and all that things. I'll tell you say that foundation, now the foundation we didn't build for me. And you get teachers and we go teach you well, teachers they talk well. You go to school center, you go meet teacher where they call the word children, and they say children. You go to school, you meet teacher, they say healthcare instead of healthcare. If you teacher cannot pronounce the words well, what do you expect the students to do? You go to school, you see teacher enable construct one proper sentence in English. You go to school, you see teacher when you write and all, you know that definitely the tense them, the verbs them, and the nouns and all the harass themselves and all. You look at these as teachers. Are we not evaluating our teachers over the years? Are we not looking at our teachers and all? I'll tell you something very important. When I left Salone, I go to America, I go straight to university. When I go take my first test in Australia University, I still could remember in English language, I got 92. In mathematics, I got 89. And all the one I know I go do now is just basic English and math from waiting I learn necessarily. And then they go into secondary school. We have proper teachers. One proper teacher I go talk about. Maybe people know him. Now, Mr. Dantin Bendo, I think he's a doctor now. You understand? These are the kind of people you go be proud of. You get teachers of them, Freddie White, really teach math. You get Mr. Miu. Some of these people, you for use them for evaluate and regulate teachers, but nothing about education. So talking about 60 years in Sierra Leone, I'm not even able to go into the other things, and because Sierra Leone is a bankrupt and a handicapped country presently. We still talk say Salone a donor-driven country. Country generates our own revenue. Country put in mechanisms so that we could generate our own revenue and we carry our own programs. We always listen to, they said Salone is a donor-driven country. I listened to the former minister of finance in last 2 budget speech them. When you listen to all the programs and projects on the government that government should undertake, go back and look at the record. It's a shame. I put me under my aid. I want to cry for we country. Everything they tell you, IMF has approved this, World Bank has approved this, ADB is going to fund this, this is going to fund this. Where is our own local currency, our own local funds, our local revenue? What is it doing for us? How are we going to increase that? If I'm able to feed my family, every day I go big now people lose for let and can feed my family for cook. I will have no respect. I will never grow. So that one day now the point at which we find ourselves as Sierra Leonean at 60. And worst of all, go back and look at the people who don't serve this country. Comrade Koita is an evidence. The people who don't serve the country now the police, now the army, the forces, even the civil servants. Go back and look almost at them pension. How much have they been paid as pension? For all their service, all their life, they don't give to this country. For move this country go forward, they don't sacrifice their entire energetic life and all. They don't use their brain and all. What is their pension? Something we not even do. Some of them, the pension not even do for buy half bag race before I see one bag race, you know. So Salone at 60, trust me, I will categorically tell you it is a disappointment. Maybe other people can get their indicators and their own benchmark, how then they analyze them. But for me, as Abubakar Daramy and what I've seen, and this country, and up to 60 years, we get to side the judiciary, go hold somebody unlawfully and imprison you for 11 months. At the end of the day, then come and tell you, say, okay, this one no case where they look at, you not do nothing, you not get anything out of this case, you don't call almost witness, nobody not calling him, but you still went to prison, and we're talking about 60 years. Is that a judiciary that we should look at, that it is serious, or it is of that kind of clout and all? It is a disgrace. When I say disgrace, if other people, other countries, they look at certain things. Come on, we have what we have. The British people then come up with what they call the PI, for law to get magistrate, preliminary investigations, where the magistrate court, now then first they look at any case and know that this case here, what for go through trial or what for go through trial. My case went through the PI, went to the magistrate court for over 5 months. A magistrate, court number 2, when I say court number 2, now the second most senior magistrate in the court, went through that case, received all the evidences and everything, all the witnesses, yet still decided for keeping me in jail for 11 months. The same case and the same witness and everything went to the High Court. They dismissed and they discharged. And we're still keeping such people as magistrates, and we're talking about 60 years. Do we have a system? I think the best thing we think about now, Salone, we do not need to go back to the drawing board. We need to rip the drawing board, damage them, and set up a new drawing board, because even if you go back to the drawing board, you erase the writings. The prints of the writings will be there, so you need to take them out and get a new drawing board and start to plan and push. And we need to get a program for this country where we look at maybe say 50 years program and follow that roadmap. I don't care who becomes president. I don't care who becomes, what government is there, what political party. We should have a roadmap. That's what we don't have in Sierra Leone.
Indeed. We should have a roadmap, and we should have a national program, a program that is all encompassing, a program where na Sierra Leone own, when a Sierra Leone birth, and when a Sierra Leone nurse. I want to go to Comrade Koita. For us, who do we levy the greatest blame on? Because Mr. Daramy just don't talk about, the failure in the educational system. He talk about pension. He talk about, the abysmal state in which, civil servants, then past civil servants, then they leave. But when you look at, so the APC was in power for 10 years, okay? So in that 10 years, waiting the APC as a political party, as a regime in power, do for enhance, for bolster, and for help the system go up instead of for sink the system. Because some will argue that it is during this current regime that they increase pensioners than pension. Some will also argue that now during this, current regime, then bring free quality. They call it free quality education. What have you to say? Have you to say that who bears the greatest brunt? Is it a collective brunt, or do some people bear the greatest brunt more than the others?
Okay, thank you, Matilda. I know you want to talk anything politics now, because about Parema, but let me just rectify something a little bit faster. Me, 48, I've been at the army from 1990 to 2018. I did 28 years. My first salary was 3,000 leons. So I can tell you how salary go from APC in one time, come to MPRC, they left with 17,000 leons, come to Tijankaba, we left soldiers with 113,500. And then it's from Apicam. So I knew how salary go. I knew said the right now. They are not in a pension, becoming a pensioner. Now, if APC meets pension, somebody gets 70,000, 10,000, unless where they go, he left minimum pension 250,000. I knew the increment, but there is nothing where I don't want to defend any political party because this is purely about what went wrong in the prison. However, what happened as a law is a collective responsibility. Only the blame in anybody, not the past or the present. Now we all responsibility because if the people there, before we not been stand for something, we supposed for change them. But Salo get a mentality, say from independence, we say something to my guy they make. Nobody no get mind for kind challenge. We in that week out, me in that mentality account is somebody for able to hold government accountable no matter what thing you get for good through. For instance, me go on a prison, not because I thief, not because I kill or I rape. I go to prison because they use firearms. From post civilian, we are no say the OS don't use the rules of engagement. I come and challenge them openly. All man see you go na radio, Mr. Make with you. I say no. Now we take this thing out of politics and say the truth because these guys they carry a weapon. Maybe they need to train now, which will be not clear. We need for tell them say firearms should be the last so that defend them and talk all the rules and voting one time for fire. That's not incoming on prison, which I'm very happy about because I was there happily because I say something we people not be know and I know say I go to not to be quite thief. So we all get the responsibility as a Sierra Leonean. That make us say let's pull the negative lens of our eyes and think Sierra Leone. Let's not forget about even an SLPP core, or mean a Southeasterner, or mean a Northerner, I mean an APC core. So whenever thing happens, if it's something happen wrong to the APC, you don't get the credit for saying, no, this was wrong, and this is right. Always something that happens, they could happen as a Salone today. The level of divide, the level of hate, the level of tribalism, if you got no help with, the worst is yet to happen. I think second time and again. Because people get negative lens, they know what thing happened today because they're in position. And one thing, the world they suffer a lot, not because of the bad people, no. Is because of the silence of the good people. Let me could suffer today. Salone we need for stand up and pull politics aside, look the way forward, not for we, but for picking them, we can pick them, and we just say on board. So let us take the blame for one person. It's a collective responsibility. The tomorrow the work come, we will all agree the word done. We all tomorrow May 8th, they make something like 21 years for most people that stand up say police are going error for dog. It was May 8th, 2000. Now people are all to say no, enough is enough. So we all come together like what we talk about, like the word on for less long before we put SLPP, APC politics aside. We praise motive for praise. Then we condemn motive for condemn. I believe say we go see a better Sierra Leone. Also in America, all over part of Europe. Now so that they grow. People and they support issues politics. But we now regional line politics or tribal politics then don't destroy Salone until we move from that tribal and regional line politics. We know we grow as a nation. We get for change the mentality, mindset is very, very weak. So for me, it's a collective responsibility. We need to shift the blame to everybody, not to the past, not to the present. And we all, as far as it is Salone, any side that world you get a responsibility for join and raise for us for the right thing.
Indeed, we get a collective responsibility, collective blame, and collective responsibility, because if you sit down, you not talk, you become a bystander. Guess what? You are also an equal contributor to the demise of the state. Now I go move, make we dey go small, because I know I'm for turn this particular show to an assessment of government or the current regime. There's plenty of time to do that. I want to go into a question. Tell me, Mr. Daramy, tell me about who Mr. Daramy was prior to Pademba Road. All waiting you want, I want to make you talk. I don't want to make you talk and reach Pademba Road. I want to make you talk and reach right up until Pademba Road. And they I want to make it happen. Who, I want people to know who is Abubakar Siddiqui Daramy before Pademba Road.
Abubakar Siddiqui Daramy is a very, very simple and friendly person. One thing we are not take too seriously or take him as a do or die. Politics, no, because I believe politics, it is about serving the people. The only way Munku enjoy politics and feel it's a game of survival. For me, no. Abubakar Daramy is a friendly person. I make friends with everybody. I talk to everybody. I don't care your status. I don't care your level. I don't care whatnot. And the party they will get where they grow up, I still get them up to today. The one they will be they play ball with, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I still go meet and they play ball with them. The guys in Akin Chomo grew up with, the guys in Dongbe, I still keep me same friends and the one that I grew up with in Grassfield. Abubakar Daramy is a typical businessman. I started to do business at a very young age from where they school and all, and I still continue, even when I go to the United States, I still continue to be a businessman. Well, to some point, successful because I'm before they do business, you get 2-3 OCM and all other things. And coming back to Sierra Leone finally in 2011, one thing I go say, yes, I can't salon and not go under rentage. I mean, Osago, you understand? So if I don't forget 2-3 hosts, my mama able to build also a couple of people and all. I think I'm a successful businessman. Coming into government, I still keep my business on the side, still a businessman. Going to government, try to give me own contribution and all, but still keep my friends and people I meet along the way, respect them, keep me friends them, and that's just it. So even after the APC era, after the APC regime, still a businessman, set up my office, still get me organizations, they run them, they run my office and all. Not they hamburg anybody, just keep my own little corner, they do me traveling same whenever I can. I go vacation and all. That's one thing that's paramount to me. I have my kids and everything, respect that and all other things. And that's exactly what I was doing. I just come out from a trip, vacation, and come salon, they for my business, continue to do it I do from day to day. Go to my office in the morning, I wake, I go NASIT for go renew me business and one of my business license and my NASIT document and NASIT I go. I help one mommy at the gates, and NASIT, we go take a man in pension where a man don't die. They need some direction. At an update, talk to the mommy, help him out with the guy that I didn't know. We talk to the mommy, I work, I go inside, go do my own business. While the work I come on, I do. Little did I know, say, the man who at an update talk with, na Josephine Jackson, will be run for election at 110, we lost treat him. Now, my boyfriend, Josephine Jackson, at the kind I meet some of insecurity, then I do. Tell they I do because one or two of them, the one they work with Dr. Richard Conte and went in the Ministry of Trade and Noam. I see them come with policing for me, say they come for arrest me. I say, for what? They say them for can we go na CID. Then for can we go na Central Police Station. I say, for waiting. I say, where the warrant? They say, well, let me go no more. The warrant in the office. I say, no, I go carry the warrant. Therefore, Didi and all the police in 110 for Cantina BM. I say, nah. Not even try them, you know, get that strength or even touch me. But at the end of the day, I look at them, I go with them at Central from the officer at Central, Hazel. I can call their name there. Tell me, say them for can we go CID. I say, well, where the warrant? Why do you want to arrest me? You know, get warrant. Take me, can we go na CID with no warrant? And I go and spend na CID but 21 days. They lock me up 21 days na CID. Really learn at this country, say, if you hold somebody for 3 days, if my capital offense 10 days, I was there for 21 days. Can we go to court? The magistrates just not open the file, automatically send me go to Pademba, where I stayed for 11. I'm a nice person, soft person, and all. And I'm not saying I'm supposed to resist. I'm not saying I'm supposed to we can stand up to pressure, we can stand up to pain, but I never knew that I am this strong going into Pademba Road for 11 months. I able to stand up. I went there the first 1 week, I will tell you honestly, I was discouraged. First 2 weeks, I was discouraged. After that,
I'm not go inside the Pademba Road issue.
I'm not going inside the Pademba Road. I just want to ride on top of them. I go inside it. You advise me not to go there.
Okay, good.
I just say, going in there, I know seeming I'm a strong person, but one thing where I start to think about, you know, I mean, as a Sierra Leone, I mean, I never feel say I do anybody anything. Because I don't remember ever say at the work as if I'm asked somebody and not tell you sorry. I think maybe I'm starting to be corrected. I never go after anybody personally. I work for government for years, 7 years. I never go after anybody. For your tribe, your region where you come on, even some of the staff same, where I work with in agriculture. If you want, I could name names. Where SLPP, they get rally, they go there, I see them and all, we make fun about it. I never go after them. I never do them. People in the go now, other particularly NGC, I never try them. We come on, talk about this, about that, we provoke and this, I'm not that kind of person. I don't go after people, come on. Now only way, I will repeat that. Now only way Moon could enjoy politics, they're featuring our politics, now they know more for survive. They're not sabi how for survival that kind of way. So they want for kill you, they want for eat you raw, they want chew you. because they just feel say you're in this position and you know for Tinable because now the only way they feel say they're going to drive fine motor car. Now the only way they feel say they're going to live in a fine house. Now the only way they feel say they're going to wear fine clothes. But I will tell you, Matilda, people always know me lifestyle. People always know me. From one day salon going to school in St. Edwards. Are they St. Edwards? Are they from 3, from 4? My daddy give me a car, a BMW. I begin drive BMW at that stage. And all my life while I live in a salon and always in America, people they know me, no see. Daramy and one person, they wear fine clothes all the time, no matter what it is. I work very hard for my money. I do drive fine motor car there. I go in a fine house and all. It's not government. That is my lifestyle. Government never for the also are the lead on. No government quarter no fine rich. Me motor car they drive. Government no they buy them for no government official. Me close to how they buy. Obviously government per diem not they go take care of. I work for my money. So when certain things then start to happen, I see people and they become much more aggressive. Then they become much more personal, as if now them papa and also go broke, all other things. And trust me, for me, it sounds like a fun to me. I look at it like, oh no, Sierra Leone, we cannot go down that road. We are all brothers and sisters. And when you look at them, for some of we, it pains me when people talk about tribalism or when people want to bring tribalism come in. Because for me, I will tell you that I am disjointed. My papa come out from the north, Bombali. In brother them, and in cousin them and my uncle them come up from the east, Pangoma and Tongo Field. We have family there in Blama. I used to go holiday day. I get family in the east and all other things them. And me, Abubakar Daramy, and come born me in a Freetown, western area. So when you look at me, I have the northern connection, the eastern connection, and the western area. And I get people from the south who get family in the south. Moyamba to be specific, Manodase. So when people want to bring tribalism or regionalism, I know they take part in that one day because, come on, I have family all over and I cannot say I am from this region. I am a Sierra Leonean. I always want let people recognize me as a Sierra Leonean because that's what I stand for. And I will always give everything I can to Sierra Leone, no matter what it is, no matter how tough it gets. No matter how difficult it gets, no matter how dirty it gets, no matter who is there to stand in the way, I will always be a Sierra Leonean. I will always stand up for the poor people of Sierra Leone. I will always make sure we stand up for equality by any means necessary.
Indeed. Indeed. So quite a bit to unpack there from what you just said, but I will come back to you. But make I go to Comrade Koita. Comrade Koita, the same question go to you. I want to make you tap him right before Pademba Road. Who is Comrade Koita? Because before you became known as Comrade Koita, people may have known you as Koita, people may have known you as Amadou, people may have known you as, I don't know what rank you retired as.
It's Makalo, Sergeant Makalo.
Sergeant. You know, people may have known you as that. So tell the audience and people them una share. I know I don't normally ask people to share. You know your job, I know my job. But I ask una for share this evening time because we know they come now with normal time and people them a little bit distorted about the time because the program move 1 hour ahead. So there's a little bit of distortment. I don't get a lot of messages. Matilda, waiting they go on. Okay. 1 hour ahead, and I go call the Kabudu, they make them come. Tell them, say, are they on? Okay. Now, tell people then, the man before Pademba.
Generator no light it. I'm going to try for lighter.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Matilda. Well, me na Amadou Koita Makalo, commonly known as Comrade Koita. Some people can call me Koita, some people call me Makalo, a retired military sergeant. Somebody which served 28 years. Me, I born and raised in Akono, to be specific. My papa was a missionary, Islamic scholar. We born, whether they born Kono, whether they equate, they know that born me. Then I served army 28 years. Honestly, honest service. I think I not hurt nobody. Though the past years, I felt war when I war victim, war wounded victim. I become an instructor, chief instructor into the military. We are in a list of various things that we make. I get the base. I can tell people them so many things about the police duty, the military, them functions, their rules, them do's and them don'ts, but carrying weapons or not carrying weapons. I'm a professional military man. I would say half of my life, now the army I do, I know nothing but my government job, means a military job to be specific. Although the end part of my service, I end up at the intelligence side. I've been in a ONSCSU and doing another thing to continue my service until 2018, where government changed. I decided to say, I don't tire. Doing 28 years, I think it's more than enough for serving country in a military capacity. We all know, say, military job not too easy job. I felt towards in and out of Salone. That's mainly from Liberia, Sudan, and Somalia. I've been through different battles in my country, which I don't regret for anything. Then I come now, honorably resign and retire. I tell them, say, my service do so. I want can face another challenge because I saw injustice from what in that service. I see what people do. I see the problem at Salone, people not get mind for TINAP and challenge, say this is right and this is wrong. So I come, register to APC as a political party. I become full-fledged member. Then I took the advantage for being a social media activist, not just for APC, but for talk on issues that would affect Sierra Leone, especially in terms of security. Especially if you don't consider the military or the police they use firearms, so I don't say they're not for use. And they always come out strongly and condemn and say this is not a procedure, this is not a routine, because after the war, before the war, we will not be trained as much as like human rights violations, them will not be know the laws of armed conflicts, will not be know the rules of agreement. So that's why they will pardon the whole force because we have been, it will be ignorant of the law. They take us, will not be know nothing. So they can't train people them. Maybe for people with them train, for later train the soldiers and the police. So I knew. So I tell them, say, now we'll not get anybody to pardon because from in school, not being telling say if you come, this are the studio place for far away from. So 10 they are the full amateur because matter of fact, now law the way they not fight to the civil population because the civilian for no in limit. In as much as you the gunman for no if you limit. So if you both know the limit, nobody will cross the boundaries. So because we lack that education, so I decided to come out and educate people and tell them, say, well, this was my service to the nation in the military capacity, and I can do it now in a civilian capacity so that we get less problem between the military or the police with the civil population because we all also then say serving the nation. You are serving the nation, meaning you for take all precautions for letting officer with the service because then they pay you with the people and taxpayers' money. Like so, the scene that happening, seeing police they greet people them, strip women naked is out of the law. We see in the past somebody for just argument, it's out of the law, and we go to call now two types of punishment now. We get individual crime committing, the quoting that way the file like Hastings, and we go to call command responsibility. Voting the boss and the control to now, they need to condemn or prosecute anybody, then go for command responsibility. So I come out for the lecture, let people know them do's and don't. So the civilian are going to say, if I cross this boundary, I may be shot, I may be killed. So if even the cause and kill you, you will not say that before this. That is the only crime I committed. So before this time, anybody who's having me, I always smile, even who they first war, nothing they move me. I'm very strong, always something will hit you up, no matter how strong. But I always show character. We come in terms of difficulties. After like 2020, I feel like for the SFP People's Network, they call them and say me not resign army. In fact, me want to overthrow government. After I don't get a hit up with Lima, see me want to overthrow government. I get weapons, I get ammunition. I was never arrested. I went to study by myself. People say run away. I say no. This is about weapon. I know say I retired. I know get nothing. Me not overthrow government. I'm gonna say there and report myself say well, I mean from a Koita they say I get gone. They say to president, I was arrested, detained for 3 days, when I lose the sack, nothing was found. Then come out and charge me again 9 count charge with the same or of position outside. So we are not going to I was sent to Daramy Road, I joined my brother Daramy and Mayor, now they received me self because we go to jail that me then I will do it and they receive me.
We receive an attack. We say are we the control?
So they give me login. I go to court 9 times. I win the case, and then they release me. I was arrested again on the 17th of March, again for the same crime. Now they charge me from 9 count charge to 25 count charge. I go see the Ripa local cemetery. That is the beginning of the top journey at Daramy Road.
Okay, so again, a lot to unpack. When I see at the right, me a fierce fighter. as soon as they talk at the right, because I will come back to some of the things they want to say. I'll go to Mr. Daramy. Mr. Daramy, you say from 2011, now you come back Salone and you begin serve the nation and whatnot. I want to make you be very precise in what capacity you serve the nation from 2011 and at what point did you stop in an official capacity?
Okay, when I come Salone, I always get business the way they operate in a salon since 2002, 2003. I get transport companies, I get shipping company and various other things. So when they happen, really generate revenue for me in a salon. So coming back home, 2011, I come home prepared. I was not 100%. I'm only 100% one for camp and government work and all other things. I just want for come and carry on business and live my own life and all. But I was asked to help out at the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs. I go Ministry of Political and Public Affairs for help out. I will tell you, I help out because I want for help in government. At the time that was in 2011, I still could tell you, I start first, I work Ministry of Political and Public Affairs for something like 5 months with no salary. When they start for pay me, my first salary in the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs was 840,000 leones. I'm not a mistake, 840,000 leones. At that time, it was about $200 a month. But it was not about the money. I'm not coming inside government because of the money. I get me business and other things they want me to do and always they take care of me. At that time, I come Salone, I come home with me, picking them and everybody. Picking them to go private school, I get driver for them, almost had they pay me driver and all. So the salary was nothing, enough for pay me, me staffs, maid and drivers and all other things. So it was not about the money. I still political affairs ministries, try to understand the ministry because I don't work for government before overseas. I come in, try to understand the systems and all other things. I pick up very fast and all other things. I was promoted to the coordinator, Western area of Ministry of Political and Public Affairs. I think that one is one of the best jobs way I ever get. People don't even know that. All the confusion they happen at home, whether na Okada rider or whether na the artists, they come to Willie J and Stazid and Trouble, and maybe they handle their political affairs. Then come to Okada riders, Okada riot, and this, that, I meet with all the one in this, so I build me relationship with the people in the streets and all other things all over Western area and even the provinces. Even again mining problem, place like Tonkolili, I remember when we go Masumbiri, the Transcend Mining Company, so various other things where people actually don't know. So after political affairs, I rose up to the point of the Deputy Director General of that ministry. Then I left the political affairs, I go Ministry of Agriculture. First of all, I go Ministry of Information. I'll float with Ministry of Information about a month and then transfer me, I go Ministry of Agriculture, wherein I went there. I was reluctant at first. I said, wait till I go to agriculture. I mean, my background not in agriculture. I'm not studying agriculture. I'm in a business administration and all. But I went there, I challenged myself. When I go there, the first thing I do, I meet with all the directors and everybody, I ask them for documents. They explain to me everything. We go to meetings. I keep my iPad on. I record all the meetings. I play them afterwards. I go to the library, take documents, go to Slurry, go up in the provinces to Rokupul, try for me to all the district agricultural offices. After something like 6 months, I don't know exactly what's I did. And now I'll proudly tell you that I don't care also you go pull up person at the agriculture sector. Go pull one at college, go pull two at the ministry, go pull one in I bring them come, I can challenge them on the issues on agricultural activities and agricultural failures and successes in Sierra Leone. Because I was the communications director there and I gathered all the information and everything they run through me and all. So I come in the Ministry of Agriculture. I work there humbly, make friends with everybody I meet there. No, I bug anybody who I meet there. The one day I meet there, I work with them. I don't care, nobody new in agriculture. All the staff say I meet there, I work with driver. Now the one day I meet there, I take secretary. Now the one day I meet there, I take assistant and everything and communications people. The one day I meet there, they cannot change nobody. I not change no staff. I don't care which you tribe be. I mean, get all kind of tribe. I mean, get Fulaman at the staff. I get Mindeman. I get Timiniman. I get Creole. I get Loco. I get everybody. I not change nobody. I go there, I meet them. Even though some of them were slow, I train them, prop them up. We all work, and I had a very good time in the Ministry of Agriculture. It was like a family for me at the end, because everybody's there. Big one them, I see like elder brother and this, and no matter my position or what, I respect them, even to the secretaries, even to the drivers. I respect them and talk nice to everybody, and also then they help me for make able to do my job. Then they help me because now they self get for help you, because some of these drivers, they know their agricultural sites and everything, and then go get for help you for they succeed in government. At the agriculture, when they make Honorable Mohammed Bangur as Minister of Information, he asked that, you know what, they don't make me Minister of Information. Bereche don't go in as presidential spokesman. Ajibu they come in as a government spokesman. One thing I think some of them need for coming from if we get the group wherein we all go support government. So I went there with the Minister of Information. I was part of the government spokesman team. Wherein Adande again entailed me for beginning the study a lot what every other minister, and that was a free service to the country. I'm not taking any salary, no extra salary I'm not getting for that. Not even fuel, one stopper before I say 1 liter. Nothing like that, nothing. I did my job there diligently. I therefore go now for begin read about each and every ministry, collect all cabinet papers, go to office of the chief of staff, take all contracts signed by ministries with the office of the president, try for study and look at them projects and programs and all. Go back and look at the document of President Ahmed Tijan Kaba. We do the National Sustainable Development Program. We're running at the program of the country for 30 years. We're now from there. They pull in PRSP, poverty reduction strategy. We are in a day. His Excellency, former President Ernest Koroma, taking agenda for change. And now from that document, they take the agenda for prosperity. I studied all those and look at them and look at the way forward for the country. So in a very short time, I'm able to understand exactly who says Salone, they go. I make every issues. I can challenge them. I can speak to them. I can tell you exactly what is going on and waiting me to go on and waiting get for going and what's supposed to be. So that is me in government. That's how I came into government. But meanwhile, all the time I live in government, we all learn things and they happen. I always keep my business. I always keep business aside. Business always they go on, because guess what? Business ain't make a drive 5 motor car. They luxurious car they drive. Government salary enable you and pay you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Almost stay together and they get family for feed and other things. They go make you do that. Business ain't gonna make you go vacation. Do all that thing, and I still keep my business. And up to this day, I'm a businessman. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how difficult it gets, I still do survive. So that's
okay. That is a lot to unpack, but I'm happy people are getting to know people and they begin to know Udana this person, Abubakar Daramy or Abu Daramy, because I don't think say a lot of people let me know the side to you. I don't think say a lot of people let me know say when you begin a government, you go for 5 months without salary and you start at a salary of 840,000 leones. So all that day, now details them, now that make, when me can do me show, I like to put humanity first. I like for make people and get for know who that's not the person we are the talk to first. Before even we sit down inside waiting with the sit down. Because there is a lot of fluff out there. There is a lot of things being said out there, but here is an opportunity for make the person we know himself, we be don't do in do for sit down and talk what waiting, then don't do and waiting and sabi. It's interesting that he even go on to say, that the former President Koroma in agendas them, the 2 agendas them were drawn out of the existing document where President Kaba been done left as a policy for the nation. I will go to Comrade Koita and ask again, say, you indicate, say, you joined the APC party post-service, meaning that you not been in the party or you not being politically affiliated while you were serving the country as a military official. But after that, you decide for join a political party, which is within your rights. But the side where me want really touch on and where I want make you talk to people about now this advocacy or this education part of you, the sensitization part of you, waiting be make you feel the need, waiting bring the need about for make you use you transfer your skills, them used in the military for train people, them for facilitate and for educate, and move them, transition them to the national level, to the civil level as a civilian, plain civilian now, for say, listen, I have learned this. This is what I used to do. Now, in turn, I'm no longer then at the military, but this na still vital information, na still vital thing then where we people then for know. So I dey transition the skill now, even as a civilian, for bring them into the open.
Thank you so much. Well, now this part of the volume where the say, when people are left, they say there is no life after service. When you go to another part of the world, if you serve the military in different capacities where you can be, they give that service back to the people there because you still get a lot for the way you don't go learn something beneficial. You therefore come back and give that service to the people there. When we look at and see, from so many times on past, ex-servicemen know they come back and give their service again to the people in different capacity. Some go we don't do 20, 30 years, 35 years in the military, they run back for security job. When we look at see how the world they go, how Salone they go, the level of the problem between these forces, more the police or the military and the civilian, assist in a lack of education, lack of knowledge. People don't know their boundaries. So I decided why I resigned because based on me, I'm a military man, I've never been a politician. I don't participate in any political business because I want to be professional. And I think I left the military with a clear record as a professional military man. So I come now and register to a political party where APC, my ideology, because politics about ideology. I registered to the APC for being a member of the party. Then I say we would try to help them, maybe and come build a better governance, change, try to rectify the thing that will start problem and develop on the fine thing they will not do. I look at the problems we happen where government change. You all see the problems, too much police brutality, there's too much military brutality, too much excess use of firearm per civilian. And no say that because of we not get the knowledge, even either the people them or the one they train now, the knowledge of that privilege will be up. So I decided willingly, anything something happens to the man or policeman do something, and they come out and then boss themselves. I say when I know some of this, so in the Algerian army from the 90s, we know say very well, and I know so they know they lost their way to talk. So I put the problem on the head and say because now when I make people them after we train them what they can say because of the good image, because we know why them in born soldiers in this country, why they kill police them. I knew the reason because if it's something happy to the people who are sad, revolt against you, I therefore end up also come out 1998 where soldiers and police them and kill them and burn them and like dog. I say some of them here who no one see them again, it repeats. So what do they do? When they come and help. For lecture, maybe they not tell them or they not even know. We don't tell them, say, this that you do and this that you don't. Or you the civil, I mean, no get it for do A, B, and C. So that by too much because education, sensitization, and they make somebody know in left from a right. But for also don't keep quiet. Then see how I know I sleep. I don't can let them out to the people then. Render the service again in a different capacity. That I do injustice to my nation because I've been paid for serve the nation. I don't retire and I can't enjoy my life. But I want to like peaceful. Country we say I go work up and down and not get anything to free. So this is how I decided to come now, change my service now from the military mindset to a civilian, a more meaningful civilian. Somebody we don't work now government now the military now when it is to I try to expand now to the civil population that to exchange ideas. Tell say no, you know guys for do this time if the policeman only or sojaman ABC no the sojaman say no get so you know that both now like me and you will too understand me. You for know me limit myself for no limit. That's why I take come and this strategy will lead me into problem and say me want overthrow government. But every 1 minute in diverse way you can because it left it not opportunities alone do for you. What have you done for your country? Me still say I still owe my country a lot for give to them. Which I don't go and I can get back in the civil manner and for build a better scenario because I tell you say what me suffer. And while I picking so far that day, we can picking of Jews and lots of born. That's my message to this. See, now we get for picking them, we can picking them and we can say lots of born.
Interesting. So civic engagement na all man business. So una see way I can always talk say we get a lot of gems them, we get a lot of good people in our society. We just need to tap into them without prejudice, without bias, and allow them to bring the best out of themselves, for make we help for build this nation. He was a military man. He was a sergeant. He served in the army for 28 years. He served his country in and outside of the country, so nationally and internationally. He served, very well, served with distinction. And then he decides, say, okay, don't do so, good do for this part. But now, me good not do for me country, the green, white, and blue. I will continue for serve me country, but in a different capacity, in a different limelight. So it transitioned to civic engagement. Now, Mr. Daramy, so yes, you go pay your NACIT bill for your business then. Yes. And then for whatever, you see somebody where they struggle, you help the person as any good son of the soil will do. You see your elders struggling, you go to their head, you help them first, and then you go about your business. So you sit down there for go pay a bill. Next thing you know, you are being told you are invited to CID without any warrant of arrest, without anything, and then you ask, say, what did I do? No, come no more. When you reach, we go tell you. And then you insist on your civic rights and say, no, you cannot arrest me without a warrant of arrest, without I don't know what make you they arrest me. Now, you find yourself inside CID waiting to know why you've been arrested. Take us through that process.
Okay. I go NACIT for go renew me NACIT for my business and all. And after I don't help this person, I go inside the office. Actually, where I forgot to wait I do. Get me conversation, do it I do about 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. I walk out of the office. I inside the same NACIT building, where the government WAF. Then I just see police in the walker towards me. About 5 of them. Hey, Mr. Daramy, now you will come for car arrest. I was like shocked. I said, okay. I said, for what? What do me do? Well, let me go now Central and all. I said, no. I said, what you do? Tell me first what you do. You know, they can't get me go like say, me in a cow. We usually can't put you up like that. So get the conversation and all. But that moment, first of all, I mean, get my bag with me. I mean, get very important documents in there. And I mean, get money with me, huge money with me, for do certain things and other things. So I call my driver now pick up people. I call somebody, I call a friend. And definitely I'll be able to make do with my bag. After that, after the standoffs until like 20 or 30 minutes, you know what? I said, goes now Central, the next door to the NACIT now, big market. When I go there inside the police station, the officer then they talk this, they talk that. Josephine Jackson was there. He did it and then boyfriend and everything and this, that. I talk to them, I ask them. And this officer came down, Hazel. I remember her name, Hazel. I know I'm very well. I see a couple of weeks ago. You know one thing what they say before I continue?
Mm-hmm.
I don't born a man in Afriton. I always say this. I did Afriton, I guess since with NPRC could happen. I did St. Edward School. The money they go school like any normal school begin because of the coup. I get for work I go na me also they will consider that that's in the pipeline. I see all waiting up on NPRC coup.
Yeah.
I did at this country also on was it January 16. That the day we overthrow Strasser. So you're all waiting up on this country. I did at this country on 1996. The day for the elections, 1996, I'll be in the 7th Battalion. That's in the 7th Battalion was the headquarters. I did at the NPRC own place. At the 7th Battalion, I voted that elections. As you always happen that day, the firing always go on up Country Lodge when I've been the resident of the current president now. I've been the president that time. As you all let you know the way go. And then at this country, they overthrow NPI, AFRC overthrow Tijan Kaba. I see everything we go on, all the good, all the bad. And then at this country, where they do intervention. That's now 1998. In 1998, February. I see all the things that we go on, the good, the bad, the ugly. Well, I mean, the good, the bad, the ugly, people, they die and this, that, and all. We all went through troubles, them and this, that, and all. And they killed people. And trust me, I know how to mention name of people who they kill. Even somebody personal to me when I'm a close friend, I went to school with him and everything. We go beach and Papa, I was still going to Spur Road, if anybody know Dutchy Road, Spur Road Junction. Put on there and put tie up and born alive. That's my best friend that I went to school with, St. Edwards, Samba Becky. But one day in this country, I didn't January 6 happened. I saw everything. I don't think in this country, we made it happen back. I can't this country, I mean, we made it happen before the Sanko era. I fall pan fire in Spur Road with some UN personnel, they went and jump, abandoned the motorcar. I went through that. I escaped that. Waiting look at the color instances here. We don't see all waiting up at this country. But I think the thing about bringing calm trial in the ICC, to some extent, people in Fodor learn from that. And people in Fodor know, say, anything where you do today, if you're not Sojamano, if you're not police, you're not government official, any violating anybody human rights, or you go abuse anybody, or you go kill anybody, or then go send you for attack anybody and do anything, or you go violate somebody in space. The world will advance now. There are telephones within the video and get their records in the. Definitely a day will come where people and go, you go stand trial for your deeds. You go to go explain how saying I'm a boss me send. And when your boss go tell you, say, where the written document, where the order where I do, you cannot produce it, now you go get focus suffer. I want let people understand that. And me and one person, I don't see all the things go through in this country. I know they take in no way, I not care whose power, I get whose authority I get, I know they use them for still advantage for nobody. Because I know, say, no matter what it is, it will catch up with me. There will be a time where I will get for answer for everything where I did do or everything where I do. Because it is just the right thing. I do good, good go follow. I do bad, bad go follow. So waiting and they explain in this whole thing is Sierra Leoneans. We get for understand that whatever it is you do to your fellow Sierra Leoneans, that's something where you, as a person, will get for answer for. That day we then announce it. Then go to CID. Josephine Jackson was there. This officer came with me, Hazley. Oh well, Daramy will for go CID. I say for what? The officer and say like I say I get issue now. Well, they don't tell you they look for it. I say what they don't tell you they look for. I say what you do, you blind? That's not the exact word. I say you blind? From government change, okay, I don't travel, go overseas a couple of times, but I look at airport at the fly, go na there fly. And then at this country, they drive up and down, we motka them, most of them in glass, they're not in. She's outside my office day. I do open and about in this country. I don't kind of police where people in get case, Paulo in get case, I go na anti-corruption, I go na CID, go fend. I mean, this is all that people get case and this that I go fend and a CID Madina, they are going to CID and this. So say, come on, who say where police so they look for me? And I never seen no notice and they look for me and this that so. They say, well, let me go to CID. I went to CID. The same thing, I was detained there for 20-something days. Well, maybe I wrong, say they detained me unlawfully. But the one day we sabi the constitution and the one day we sabi the laws of this country, I left handed to them for me to evaluate. And one thing while I tell anybody, not do wrong to people. Just as I say, there will come a day when you go answer for trial. I go through the courts. I stayed in the magistrate court for 6 months, 5-6 months. Exhaust all the witnesses and all. But I will reserve this. I don't want to talk about the magistrate court.
Okay.
Let me keep it one day. But
okay.
I went through all that ordeal, and trust me, even at the CID, I was attacked.
Okay. Make we left am at that 21 days because I want to go inside of the CID at 21 days, even when I go to Comrade Koita. Charge you make audio, you they educate and they sensitize. Next thing you know, you hear said and they look for you because allegedly you want for overthrow government, and then you get a 9-count charge. That 9-count charge there, you win them 9-10. 9 counts charge, 9 times you won the case. Take we inside that ordeal day.
Well, when they arrest me, in fact, me not get self-possibly go prosecuting. I not get evidence. The case not get witness. The police are just prepared and charge. Based on all their findings, they still charge me with seditious libel, perverting the course of justice, or law poison, arms and mission. So that charges them. I mean, hold me file by myself with the driver, policeman who go to court. I was reminded to file my road. Not to say the person, I mean, hold me on file for going to court. I exceed the normal days very possible in the police because, of course, we know the law and how many days you take. I know the crime where they commit. We will even make within the police for 10 days a day. I exceed days a day. I go from there. I go by road. I win the case. 9-count charge. Nobody don't want to go see that this is possible commit because me on case of a witness. We made in court number 1 to an abonee in court. My still court number 1. Instead one evex. He said, "But I call this Maya." If I don't get nothing against, I will not release a leg because nobody can. We can. Prosecutors is not witness. We can is not witness. So I've been there back and front 9-count charge. But then she say, because me tell them, I say if you not let me, I go talk again because I no go blow. This is not auto. I don't take. I will continue. If you not me, the sacrificial lamb for let people and get fair justice, that shall also be it at the talk. And then notice based on where I don't see Parliament, I don't see the level of injustice. I don't go see me progress. Then unless you are come out again for can champion that is it. So what you do, I tell them go hire Fisher because Fisher in there the person. Everybody will not see that APC person. Then they can prosecute. I was acquitted and discharged inside the court. The salon law, the constitution shall not say 200 meters outside the court, to inside outside the court 200 meters. Then arrest somebody to the court discharged. Now after 200 meters, then go arrest them. I was re-arrested inside the court, not even outside the court. I was re-arrested inside the court by MKB and so many. Over 50 or 60 OSD them.
So okay, so you go inside, you win the case, they left you, yes. And then right in that very minute or moment, then turn around and they arrest you again. Waiting they arrest you this time for now.
Well, they say maybe not make an audio side against the president. But the bottom line is nobody should arrest them. Between 200 meters outside the courtyard, they're not free. This they know the magistrate know that they want retired Judge Mami. Now Ingrap and Charlie and Abunizai say, "But we not call this fine profession for me." Inside the court, you should know like that. Police can arrest somebody who you don't have to decide. The Mami vex, but because the tension in the I know but let them get ended away for put say I don't create problem. So really they are still go back na CID. I did it from morning till around 9. Then they look for this audio. Say 5. The same audio at the bunker tell them I say not get for financial book. That's okay. This are the next statement again. So now I was not investigated again. Now I was charged without investigation with 25-count charge.
So you were arrested
I was charged now.
So you were arrested because you said something against the Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs.
No, it's not about shame. I was arrested because I tell them insecurity. Not use the rules of engagement. We tell her when and how if you use lethal weapon, firearms on innocent on anybody. Even animal if the fire range. They tell us if you see livestock they go, you for stop the firing because they're live. You are not warranted to fire. Even animal, even goat or dog, as far as they use weapon. Then they tell you if you see livestock, stop the firing. Talk less time you come to human being. So you get all.
So am I to understand that this was because of what happened in us, the Bobo way they shoot
exactly.
Okay. So because I want to make people understand what you they say and the story. So how the thing happened and how we reach here. So people them wanna remember one morning we all wake kata boss. Then before we know then say they don't shoot one Bobo. Where then say the Bobo come on eastern bar. Me no know what even they do na western. They shoot in foot. Then say waiting, even they approach Lima in gate, this, that. And then Lima come and say, even they sign in on waiting happen. So, Comrade Koita can now and educate, guards them as to when them for engage in firing and when they're supposed for de-escalate. Instead of them de-escalate, they engage in firing. So because of that, now that make now way he win the case, the first time, right inside the court, they turn and they hold them back. Now you can continue.
So we'll go back, then play the audio and tell us as well, this matter, yeah, I was so lucky, the same man with the count, the count for Can now, because now the MK say, the son of the investigating officer. It's not the man record. This the man, the investigation officer, that's okay. I say, fine. I say, I'm investigating for this audio, so he say, yes. I say, okay, right, and that's well now. You have evidence at court. See, this case, I don't win at court. So now I was never, the can go and sell. For 5 days, nobody can talk to me again. When the court follow, as follow meeting, I said, last night, he followed me tonight. I said, this case is up big. The Friday, Saturday, they not tell me nothing. We're not charging for court. They just say no more. They just come to around 8 o'clock and say, no, we'll pack. They say, look, we'll enter the car. We'll not be those to go until we reach Daramy Road. Now we reach Daramy Road around 9.
Just like that, no charges levied.
No charge. No charge. No. The laws of Salone say anybody in that prison, now the cost they send somebody in that jail, not to the CID. Now the cost they send person in that jail, anybody in that jail. Now the court for sending either or remand on trial, nobody should be taken to prison without following the due process of law, without going through court. We go and say for safekeeping. Safekeeping, we not wanted by the public because he can sell person that prison for safekeeping, like put it at court. He was wanted by the public, so they take us to Daramy Road now, but the only time for keeper for that moment. Will not be that's a state of emergency. We will not to hardcore criminals. Even the hardcore criminals in the police, they can't go to court for the remand, not to treason to commit. So that Daramy Road, even the Daramy Road, they don't be not saying, I didn't access it. As soon as you go to report, then the director say, when they're not on another, you know, then they select the full road because they for it to it, they go to Daramy Road. And then they will see we are going to prison. But me, man, already I know say, I'm going back where I came from. So me, they had been cool. I say me no to go.
So for you already don't know say whether you win the case or not, then they carry you go back.
No, as far as I look at it, I don't say their aim is to keep me behind bars because they want to shut me up. But I knew I go free because God knows say I not commit crime. God knows say I defend a poor boy who are not submissive one day. And God knows say I resign for educate people so that everybody will know in do's and don'ts, both the civil public and the security forces. This is how we go to Daramy Road for the second time again. We did it now, we got what we get inside the prison.
Wow. Okay, I go come back to the 17th of March 25 count charge because then that is when we start the Daramy Road journey proper. But even before I go there, make I go to Mr. Daramy. Mr. Daramy, 21 days on the CID. What was that like? What was said to you? What charges were levied for keep you there 21 days?
First of all, at this CID, for most part of them, I don't even know which CID today. Keeping a CID in the cell for a couple of days, then will come ask me for go take statements, and we'll go to ask you 1 or 2 questions. Then we don't understand or know nothing but, and go back and go keeping a CID in a cell. Officers then will come make statements. Like one officer, Lance Anna, I think I'll be inspector, can they one day for can humiliate me, can begin to argue for cost me, but knowing now you know me, I look at him, I tell him, say, this way you do, God no go left you. So, and indeed, after that, they will tell him, say, God no go left him. So this God, he need to sleep. 6 or 7 months after that, the life we get, God pull him pana, and his soul is rot in a hell right now. And in a one officer, CID officer, that is one. Today, a lot of things that happen at the CID day. Some of the police officers, they will tell you, you get some the way nice, you get some the way professional, you get some the way just feel say, make you act like say na you and then get plaba. And me, I can tell them say, hey, being a politician, this way I can also a government face me can because government either they afraid me or they're jealous of me. You know, ordinary policeman salary no reach 2 million. No can mix yourself and this kind of thing or then fetia. Please, just do your work, do it diligently, and go back na your sweet reach for. But some of them get themselves involved in some of them things and they try for humiliate you, they try for talk to you one kind way and all of that. For me, I'm the kind of person, Matilda, I like what you say to me, I like you cost me. As long as you not touch me, I know they go your way, I no go answer you. Because you do them for try for spite me, for make a vex. And what vex, you don't achieve your goal. And you know they get that. You know, one person able to control my temper. Anytime you I make person plan, I plan them. I plan them for go after the person for the effect. So I get that kind of thing. I stayed in CID for 21 days. One day, then just come in. I mean, I did CID for after 6 or 7 days, and then couch company for me. How about George Williams, former mayor of Freetown? He go courts. Now, come on, court. They come for campaign me na CID. Then they come for campaign me na CID. Now the CID do much. Now they say, okay, well, this will be the look for you. They arrest you. Somebody will be done in a CID force. They don't do it for almost weeks. They don't charge and can go court and can go pardon barrel. They go to pardon barrel for almost 1 month. They release her. Then talk say them in defense. Like, how you in defense person? How stupid and dumb can you be? Sorry for using the word they name, but sometimes you have to call things by their name. Then Kell company for me on day 6. About day and all we were just there. And all at the end of the day, one net yes, at night, and come cast squibot, murder case or say they can charge you with murder. But distinctly, I read one policeman they talk say, and go name the name. Yeah, then they make no money. APC people left. We go give a so case. They don't go see 2023 elections. Now Paremba Road, now they didn't go die. I heard that from a policeman.
Oh, wow.
I'm not therefore.
So you try to tell people, and I also say there is a gaming that's already established ahead of the 2023 elections.
Then talk as I listen the net and then call it and say for murder case and I say murder. Then go ask me about Ibrahim Samura and all. But I'll tell you first of all, Ibrahim Samura was my friend. Apostle Wasabi with the talk and all. Come to my office and all of that things, you know. And then 4 days prior to that, I saw him. And when I see him, we talk. We meet in our Lovetas, one place in Campbell Street. We go, we eat there. I'm eating in Dixon Day. We go eat there and this, that, and all. Talk to me. I pay for him food and all of that things. Me and Lovetta, the lady, when are the proprietors of the place, we chin up, we talk. I left them there. I said, well, me, they go back home. I go to office. I left them there. That is 4 days before that thing there happened. So this is Apostle Sabi, when I friend, and all of that things, way I no go wish for make or stand by for make anything happen. And when I really it happened to Ram, I felt bad about it. Because which I know the wish for it happen to me, I no wish for it happen to any other person. Even if I don't care, even if the person not to my friend, but I no wish for it, anything or then kind of thing happen. So basically that was it. So that next thing Kerry go ask about a bunch of questions. You know how some police engage. I go put them to you saying I even did this. I say you go put them to me. Are you stupid? Even those habits. I say me don't tell you exactly which year. No. We are in a girl me run down of side and me go on that particular day and this, that, and the particular hour I go pick food to me. Mommy in a Hamilton take the food, they go home. It was election day. I stopped by in a lonely people immediately. I stopped by like 10 minutes, talked to them, and I drove off, and that's it. And I'm the driver of a private car when I'm your own car. A Toyota 4Runner white, I said, that's it. I don't drive any motor car.
Wow. So people are upset on the follow a pattern. It looks like, it appears to be like there was a roundup going on. Because when I watch you, this person in the year, then throw away first 9 counts panel. Where you don't win the 9 counts, right inside the way they left and then turn around and bap some back. When them bap some, is sit down, they not tell them waiting and bap some for, waiting and not bap some for, then just a totobe. Next thing you know, in senior one can meet them. Saying now they talk now, make I give you company. So they get company, so you get company. Then this wire so from Nasit to the station, from the station to with the baps you. From them bap some, they know waiting and bap some from you sit down there, they wait. Then they wait. When the one day they come for canteen, I do say, hey, we don't have waiting the happy, no. We there, so no worry. All things will be fine. Then get that safe. So when I don't get that all now, then waiting and do. Then wait, the next thing you know, at night, then carry them go to that tight corner where we all know as Pademba Road prison.
No, the night they can ask me for a statement. I said, I'm not getting a statement for you. I see if no want anything else, when I wait, let me lawyer they come. And this at night, when I not give me phone.
So hold on. So in all of this, you were not entitled to legal representation?
No, me lawyer them in they come in. They come in, they talk to you, but the lawyer then say me seem confused because they're not charged you with nothing. They don't know waiting they go on and all of that things. Same all the way to the we then get orders from above for this, for that, for this and all. At night, when they ask, we say then they go give a statement and I say, what do you get for counsel? When I call the lawyer, they not call the lawyer then. Sorry, oh, now the country, they black out, mommy. They never put on the machine yet, so that's
okay. Keep talking. We'll listen to you until the lights come back.
So now that happened. So the next day morning, before the lawyers they could come, they just take me. I tell you for dress up, put you inside a vehicle. And from that point, your family members can come and we can call the lawyers and can we go Pademba Road Court number 2. Where then can we go there? The lawyers and meet with the keep in ourselves for some time. After that, and can we go na the courts? And can we go na the courts? Read 1 or 2 charges. After that, the magistrate just say adjourn to these dates. And when they tell you say adjourn to these dates, that means say. And they take you, and take we, can we go to the other cell? From there, then put you in the Black Maria, pull we belt, pull we shoelace, and other things. Then can we go Pademba Road, reaching at the gates, then process you and all to go inside the BBI. That's how I got there.
So all the entire, so like you've been there inside CID and Comrade Koita, where you been on there first na Pademba Road. Now the state's been the fifth now, then also on America.
May I just...
Okay, we're not hearing you. You're not coming through. So maybe we can wait while they adjust. Comrade Koita and the state's been they take care of una feeding, una medical and everything while una been there. The first round, we they come to the second round, but the first round, before you were rebooked and sent again.
Obviously, when you go there, then go provide food for you, but like some of you share food, then you get for me. I go to jail. Luckily, I meet Abat and Daramy there. Na them food will be it's that possible. You go na them food because we get for go extra miles until we say for call people and then send money for you. They begin feed yourself because the jail food, even if you dog in a salon and street in the eat. Me, when they arrest me, I saw where they came from because from the audio they put, where I'm gonna say them put me audio with former President Kuma, one picture was snapped together, then attach them to the audio when and they makes the media weapon. So I know the angle, I know it's not because of at the bong that statement only by saying that politics like APC, that because they think I was working with the former president. I've never been his bodyguard, no, but I was doing my professional job. So what I think that would do in the politics, I don't say this is political. So I straight away no say, me no dey for tap na CID, but I know say I get for go na Pademba rules. I prepared myself for that. Why I go set na CID, the officer to open the cell because I know say why I don't cancel, the joining no get for tap na I get for continue. So my mind was set. Being a military man, I get a military mindset. Anticipate them, then I know say na so get for happen. So we move. I didn't say that I said, you mean I go hold me file. I mean that the first person I hold me file, go na court to go be the magistrate at the dog. Because everything was said, they reminded me to Pademba Road. I accepted. So 9 count charge, nothing. I go back to my CID. This time now I can't enough follow the procedure because all what they wanted is that for keep me behind bars without following the due process of the law, so that they not say I'm not going to talk nothing. I'm not going to challenge them like I challenge them on security issues because right now the biggest challenge with them that they should when they need knowledge and talk when they talk politics. This is the reason make them always want me behind bars because they don't say I get for pull the laws them. Which law tell you say if you do this so this have been a plan. So I was taken again with 25 count charge. This time, they don't investigate me. Now, next year, they make charges for myself. Make a count 1, count 2, out of 25 count charge, again, 9 counts. We be safe. If a family guilty, the minimum sentence are life imprisonment.
Wow. So basically, they take you in such a way that if not wrong, that's it. You were done.
No, that's not been a plan. And that didn't focus on your argument. For all the 25 count charge, for that 9 count, I didn't mean get that. Me, make him call the police about him, like MKLU. He talk politics. I got an example. He talk politics openly. The head of CID, me to confront. Wait, come in, attack me. You not be knowing that the person me only the people as support. And I swear to God, if you do not be this small between men too for all ends, we don't like for all ends, right there, here and there.
Okay, we get some static from Daramy. Okay, now it's good. Go ahead.
What you can see? No one can overthrow the government. Even a military man, somebody will go to God. Now, I'm a politician. She went to class. I use the visual for as kind politics. I said, the government, you there for investigators. So you want to conclude, say, I get our control of government. So I attack him physically and I grab him group. But she was smart to come between two. Now, I'm saying for no. I not Canada because I figured I Canada because I prove people are wrong say I not get anything from a true government. This time around, they not charge me, you know, investigate me, you say, well, make your statement. They will say, so now, they make 25 count charge. Find one for me. So 25 plus 9 count charge, we add that now. They don't go 34 count charge now, survive under the SFP government. And I go court again for over 25 times. I was acquitted and discharged for lack of evidence. Nobody will prosecute me. That's what I give me.
Interesting. So make I give Daramy 10, make it finish before I take the call, and then now we will go inside Pademba prison for the second time. And we get to go. We get a lot of statics from you. We get you, but with a lot of.
Okay, good.
Yes, perfect.
Sorry, I mean, I used to deal with blackouts in the country, so when lights the off, the neighbor could see generator on, so I guess I'll find a way to make able to keep on up and keep the program alive. Salone at 60.
Thank you very much. So again, for me, I am as real as they come. The show is as real as they come.
Yes.
Listen, this is the reality. This is what it is. We make do with it. We would want to have perfection shown a light, glitz and whatnot, but this is the reality, and we're on live, and this is it.
Yeah, first of all, what is I received Koita in jail, and that's in see. I mean, receiving and Paulo, and I received me also. I mean, I didn't senior man from the jail business, you know, and the charge we then go put forward before then carry go to court. Then put murder and conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm.
So Uda on murder, hold on, because in order for charge somebody, that's a serious charge to levy on someone. And you get to get sufficient evidence for make a judge approve that charge day, for make you even go be sent. So Uda you kill. Okay, we're not a area. No, we still can't hear you.
Okay, gets me?
Yes, better. So with the people that need for know that you kill, because you need for kill for somebody and the body get for there as evidence for proof, say yes, you killed this person, or there is a strong suspicion, say yes, you were involved in the murder of somebody, or you have killed someone, for make that kind charge they be levied on you. So please, who was your victim?
I not even kill Anchef. or Anchino pass for myself, I push out with breeze. You know, the person where die, the late Ibrahim Samura. What happened was on that day, I've been the day for elections for the runoff. They go around, monitor elections, different places and all. Then we get some 1-2 skirmish around Lumley police station with some policemen and people them and all. I break there for like 10 minutes, just as I say I'm the driver white foreigner that day. Immediately after that, I go inside my car back, I continue going. That was the end of it. I did it with, I stopped there with huge crowd of people. At the end of the day, Samura says, policeman knock on my back. Now that statement he go make na police that day, then get a medical report, he go na police, and that was it. That was the end of it. He said police knock him. That was the end of it.
How somebody they go from police knock him na in back and then get a statement from the victim to you being charged with murder.
Okay, waiting at they say, he say police knock him back. The statement where Samura go give, this nothing they already read in a court. I'm not making it. I'm not they make none of them up. He say na police knock him. Couple of days after that, certain things and they are not go talk. We keep them for the future. That I've been telling you before the program. Couple of days after that, somebody they will go meet them now. We want to find favors to President Bio. Go tell them say, well, there people when police we nakuna yanda, politicians them in Didi, and as Koroma and Pikin self minting up around the logo implicates them. So they go tell Mother Bio. So that way the Mother Bio go use that case for let Mother Bio give you position.
Wow.
Salombado. That person they succeed for do that. They succeed for do that, but I will tell you, say the 2 eyewitnesses the woman did it. Thomas Dixon.
So hold on. Are you trying to tell me that somebody malign you, assassinate your character for political favor, and he end up forgets the political favor? We're not hearing you. Oh boy, we're having some. Sorry, viewers.
Yes. They get now?
Yeah, better.
Okay, the person get the political favor, but I will tell you what happened. I tell you, say this warrior, so anything you do in the CNA. The day when they acquitted and discharged we are caught out of this case, that was about a month ago. A couple of days after that, and then Sakra possibly from that job the way the president began because of with him. That is one. Yes. Now so God did. So this person and they on this case and all, at the end of the day, that whole thing, the way it happened was this incident happened on March 31st, 2018.
Start it again.
You get it now?
Yes.
Okay. Samura and Apostle will be sick with their team. I think he get high blood pressure or so, or then kind of hypertension. I'm not too sure. But this thing happened in March. After that, April, May, June, I think July, this man go buy motorcar, waiting then tell me, thank God, lights on come on. At least today, power light Christmas. This man go buy motorcar. Where the motorcar, the person we buy the motorcar from, we actually own the car. I think say the person they're not paying for a motorcar. Uda Samura pay, not pay this person for a motorcar. It's the money. The person go report na police station. So police meet the man. They drive the motorcar in the Samura. They arrest him. They kill him. Gonna CID. They all day na person get pressure. They say stolen motorcar. Now next, now they release him to West na police which insist the law. Then a police. They say, well, morning if you come back to the police station for car reports. That man they go na house. You remember that thing day, that stress day, and all the next day for go meeting we fell and go na police station. Not to me they say this, so this is a statement where we have to go get a police na court.
Right.
Now they recite to now. And then we go meeting we have call now na house and the picking tell and say, hey, say mama na for come, we say papa don't for them. The man get attacked for them with bangi. The woman rush go na also meet and I say, hey, Samurai, say na motuka you can't kill yourself for. He say, hey, he no go understand. See na people money they are trust by that motuka, they all they go in vain. The man they in that stress, they in we put inside motuka now, they run care and go 34 hospital, when they go 34, the man in pressure run day up and these are the doctors and try for do one or two things. Unfortunately, sadly, they'll not be able for keep him alive. The man died. That man died, then bury him, and they go do post-mortem. Then find out, say, the man gets blood clot in his head. But the man, if you can say the man for doing UFC, the for doing also get attack the banging head and all. Then go do that post-mortem, then keep that result, say, the post-mortem done, the number of man from 2018 July. At this salon, they probably normal business. July, August, 2019, September. They probably your business. Over 1 year, that thing they don't pass. When that election happened at 110, when they see some of the roleways, some of we playing at that election, because hey, we are politicians and we know the systems over here in our western area. We now for pull with voters, they will know that, and for talk to, we know waiting for tell them, let them vote for. Where Josephine Jackson lost that election day in a 110, that vexation day, then go arrest people, and a true to that day, then go always have and carry go. Because now they lead that campaign. Then they then go find that case now for kind go back. That's how it all come about. And the two charges they put on me: grievous bodily harm, conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm. The sentence per day at 25 years life. Murder, the charge for murder where they put the first charge of murder where they put for if they find me guilty, at death by hanging. So if they don't find me.
Okay, we lost the.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I say the first charge when a murder, the penalty of murder if they Hello?
Yeah.
The first charge when a murder when they put on me, where some people where they talk now, you know me for suppose for meet me or they talk to me. The penalty for that is death by hanging. So if they don't find me guilty, I should be dead long ago. You know me for even don't meet me now. So some people and they take joke and trivialize in politics and small office position for go put people alive on the line.
Wow.
But a lot of things in there, as I may tell you, where we no go talk now this program, I go keep close to my chest.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Mm-hmm. But one thing we believe, nobody know for do bad and go scot-free. Whether not me, I should be prosecuted. So anybody we do unto people them, definitely you should come out to the book. Let the public know, even if they don't punish you, but let the public know that I did this and this was wrong. You know, and sometimes you assassinate people in character and some of the things that people can go through be very, very tough. So may I go meet me na CID, then can we go Pademba Road? Me and Mayor Didi, it was humiliating. Just as you see, I'm going inside Pademba Road, I will not go in there yet until you're ready for it. But coming from CID and going to Pademba Road, CID, first of all, I'll tell you about first for CID. Up now, the cell, they also me there and all, trust me, you get over 2,000 arata a day, big one them, which I go attest to that. The place is filthy. The place is dirty. Trust me, now only God in grace will make you go to accommodate, you know, get bad, sick and all other things. And the hygiene is not good and all other things.
Okay.
Food do not be nothing or did you have to survive through your family waiting a fish for you, or else, trust me, you go swell a breeze and drink water and go kill you.
Wow. So Fambulem unadon two count charges. One na 25 years, the other one na if they find you guilty na by death. So however you put them, if not for the grace and mercy of God, where God say not to eat them, where God say something where you not do, you not go pay for them. Because I don't see how we own brother, we own blood, Sierra Leone, born inside Salone, go frame in young comp in Sierra Leone just for power. Power where we all born with, power where we all get for life. But just for that few minutes, but just for that moment of bliss, he prefer for make your brother Sierra Leonean, your sister Sierra Leonean go sit down na side with them for something where they clearly know for say the person not do. The other one, 25 count charge, what he say? He said 9 and then counts, then a life imprisonment. So you see how the framing they go is like, if we not get you now, we go get you yonder.
So if they find a guilty by 9, multiply 9 by 25. So
exactly.
He should be doing 225 years in jail.
Exactly. More than the lifespan of waiting we know right now in the world. So just imagine. And it was the same thing. Remember, if we now go back to the show, during the State House incident, when I do that show there on Paulo, I go back to some of the things them way I say, I go back to some of the laws them way I quote. But today it's not about Paulo. I know say Bokupa una don't come. I say, Matilda, you need for interview, Koita, you need for interview. I said the time was not right. When the time is done, doesn't mean that I did not reach out to him, but the time wasn't right. When the time is right, trust me, I will do you guys justice. And whoever needs to sit on here, regardless of your party, regardless of what you believe, they can sit on here and we go talk. So long as they welcome it, I call these guys, I reach out to them, and right off the bat, there was no resistance. Yes, Matilda, when do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? Let's do this. This is not for me. This is not for a show. This is not for people. This is for the integrity of nations building. If we say we practice democracy, let us practice true democracy. Make we not make, small power and small change. They forget about with values. They forget about with morals. Small power and small change is only but temporal. It's only but temporal. I'll go make them drink small water because right now when we come back, we begin the journey of Pademba Road. We take and go we take the journey right into Pademba Road, and then we left farm at that fateful day of April 2029.
Pademba Road in Johnny Longo.
But we get for go there. This is why we're
Koita go attest and tell you say, I'm in the Premier League board chairman there, I go another whole football league, and it was
we go there, and when we come from this water break, where they can't take and they can't take colors them, the formula of the show is going to change because I'm not going to be asking these gentlemen questions. They are going to be telling their story of Pademba Road. Okay, make I go to the caller. Caller, waiting at your name and who say you call for.
Hello, Martinda. This is now Omar the call from Switzerland.
Yes, Omar. Waiting you get for me this evening.
Okay. First of all, I'm really surprised at the politicians when they complain about Pademba Road. To me, my personal opinion, I'm not happy with them freedom at Pademba Road. Then before don't did it, let them face putting thousands of Sierra Leoneans in the face. Let them feel the pinch of thousands of Sierra Leoneans. That man, they say, food, dog, benedict. Well, for the past years, that food we say is no good for dog. Then ordinary Sierra Leoneans and eat. The politicians.
So hold on. Waiting, I want to ask you. I'm going to make you continue. I'm going to allow him. I don't cut my views. They say whatever they want to say, but I can let for make them say. Are you saying that it is okay for make somebody be framed and still go jail, whether he's a politician or not, or is it because he's a politician? And people, hold on. I'll give you your time. I'll give you your time. Or are you saying because he's a politician and normal people, civilians have also faced such injustice, so therefore it is okay for them to face the same equal fate of injustice and feel the pinch? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying waiting good for Kaba, for good for Pabuake. These people, now the people will be responsible for power in that country. We see over 11 years, Sierra Leoneans behind the bar. They know they call them, then case down, they mask them case, then be there in power. They not do anything to stop that. Then the miserable condition of Pademba Road, the people are elected for make the next Sierra Leonean life better. They not do anything. They left Pademba Road like a Edeso. They left Pademba Road where they cook food. Even the dog themselves, you're not good for the dog. We want to see this. We're not happy. Even when when Mother Biok come on power, we want to see let the politicians and our SCPP let them say go taste waiting the bitterness of Padembaru look like. Let every politician feel them so that when they can have power, then go do what the people want. Mr. Abubakar, keep an eye at. When SLPP come on power, when they come, you say Tonangi. Let them say good in a Padembaru 2-3 months. Let them feel what in a Padembaru. You know, it's painful. The politicians in Sierra Leone, the SLPP, the APC, the NGC, all the political parties in Sierra Leone, it's painful. For the past years, Sierra Leoneans only they suffer. This same thing. You, Abubakar, you know, say Sierra Leoneans they don't behind the bar over 2-3 years. They know they even call their case. So you are fortunate for make them call you case. We want to see politicians, more politicians at Padembaru. Let them just face, let them feel a pinch of Padembaru so that when they elect them, then go do what the people they want. Because the politicians, just imagine, they elect today, then they donate fish to Sierra Leone when we're surrounded by water. What in the cause that now politicians? So when them pinch one, you feel the pinch, you feel what the ordinary Sierra Leonean feel, enough of complain. Because they're not responsible for the system. Now they don't spoil that system, that country. SLPP, APC, we tie out on our politics. Now we don't spoil that country. So we feel the pinch. We have bad governance, we don't feel the pinch. Now we don't say the Sierra Leoneans will vote now. Then say now this thing and they go through. The Sierra Leoneans will vote now. And then they kill the Padembaru. So then this there. Within 3 years, 50 people they don't kill. Within 3 years. Within 11 years, how many people in language na Padembaru? Well, legal aid, they go around for free. This all now because of bad politics. The SLPP and the APC politics. Una forget about Sierra Leone, only una interest una care about. So now this, we glad una they feel the pinch. Now una gonna Padembaru. Next time, when they una, let una spend more time so that una feel the pinch. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Umar. And una know me show another censor and people free for say waiting the one for say, because again, they are standing in their truth. That is their truth. That is their reality. In feel say Tonangi. But I don't know if the Tonangi politics is what has brought us to this very junction. So this business of Tonangi, I think, say we get to find a way for move away from them and find alternative solutions for solve the problem other than the Tonangi. But then make we go to the next caller. Caller, waiting at your name and who say you the call. Hello, caller. You they talk, but you know they project through. Okay, if the call not they come through, can we take the next call, please?
Hello?
Yes, caller, waiting on your name and who say the call from.
This is a concern number 11 from Toronto, Canada. I'll
okay,
get a quick question for Daramy.
Yes, go ahead.
My question for Daramy, would they ask but the 60 years, Salone don't turn 60, like waiting for we like experience na Salone. I just want to know if he still can play, because this is somebody who go school with Edwards. I still want to know if he can play long tennis. Not just that I ask him.
Okay, well, Daramy, you go get chance to answer that question. They make me to go before. Next caller, waiting at your name and who say you the call from.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, caller, go ahead.
Yeah, I call all the way from Istanbul.
Okay, go ahead, caller.
Now, I just want to enlighten some people and then they come now social media. Now for that first caller we call, we plead we you want call, you get to understand the topic really on floor. Because if you understand the topic really on floor, then you be able to make your points and briefly. Because we call people and they will hear from which you say. If you know they say it positively, you go either you drop the call, other people will get vital things them for see, let them see. We two brothers they reading at that studio, waiting and undergo. Not to tear na then this na the SFSF do. Clear? We all don't see it in this particular government they do. we all do the see like Mr. Koita already under. Now somebody just talk for see the Sojama we shoot and not do the job well. They all and they put on a Panama wood for. Now they camp at SLPP or APC. Now because the justice system of that country it lack. So if he call the call, it defect for toxic now blame APC SLPP now. So no, you get for no outside the issue come first where the only people they carry on a Panama road. If not be USSF then at that particular shooting. If you're glad if you let them do what them do so, no, it's wrong. So the kind of media, low they talk things they really so them be. Low listen first to the topic before we make comments. Thank you very much, Matilda.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. I'll go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who say you call from. Hello, caller. Okay, we lost the caller. This is good because now I go end the calls for tonight because like I say, I am taking us through a journey. I know for say, Boku of una been feel say the moment I start the show, they go right inside Pademba Road. But no, what's the point if I just go jump inside? There was something led to Pademba Road. So we need to understand what led to Pademba Road before we go inside Pademba Road. So now we begin inside Pademba Road, but we not go down inside Pademba Road this night because Pademba Road plenty. And when we get inside Pademba Road, we get for sit down inside Pademba Road for a while until we arrive at April 29, 2020. And then we go arrive at an audio where somebody be make 4 o'clock in the morning. Therefore, understand what in that person they been they do they inside that place there 4 o'clock in the morning. So you see, we go through a journey. And at the end of the day, when we get to a destination, I hope I would have done the program proud. I hope I would have done these men proud. I hope I would have done their story proud. So, gentlemen, we can shift gear now. I know they ask for individual questions anymore because the time for individual question is over. This is the time where you take the floor and you take us inside Pademba Road.
Yeah,
so then,
let me just know before we take the floor. Let me just respond to these 2-3 calls.
Absolutely.
Because we need to rectify certain things.
Absolutely.
I want to start to the first caller. I took note of as somebody called I get your name and say you come from. You know what I can say, Salone, the problem we have dedicated idiots. Because we have so many dedicated idiots then, especially people who don't live in the diaspora. I'm very sorry for saying this word there because these are the people who they confuse the people who inside Salone because remember at Switzerland, anything talking are true. Is no, they say understanding the question is part of the answer. I have never been a politician. You know, as person talk me, they know the angle you come up from. Anybody they talk, it takes Salone into the past 11 years. I know you are a core SLPP trying to politicize the topic. Why not Pademba Road be not there before 2007? You want to see Pademba Road be empty before 2007? People were in jail. People are condemned. Military guys will be sentenced for coup d'etat. And my brother was fortunate for being among the others to be sentenced to death. Me get history of that, I can tell them. People they don't jail from the 90s, the 80s. So don't tell me about the past 11 years. I tell you say, unless 11 years is changing Pademba Road a little bit, ask anybody. We thought, I don't praise anybody. I don't come for council politics here. If somebody they listen, I'm very proud of go to jail and free. Because God knows, you know, to politics can me go there, rather defending what you are not submissive one day. Because I knew it was wrong to use firearms because the ITLC, or the rules of agreement tell you you do not affect your personal right to self-defense. But however, underline the statement, firearms will be the last resort. Firearms will be you don't exhaust all options. So if this man can pay say we for all the day for 20 years, over still in 20 years, still happy because I knew I didn't commit a crime. And nobody know the way for some injustice because of past. They say never convict someone for previous character. No, say me that be politician self. Because me a politician, so therefore go me no come na be APC man. No, say me that be APC man, me that be minister. Because me that be minister, so I didn't for just hold me and go lock me for nothing because I was a minister. These are the dedicated idiots. The way that the mentality we need for change as Sierra Leoneans. Let me say we mindset or mentality them. They need to get the thick negative lens. There's no way you can take it off their eyes because they have been negative in their entire soul. But like you can see, they pray for people picking them, people brothers them, people man them. For see, let them for not in a jail, let them die there. I wish this prayer, let it replicate to your family. If my brother they also, let yourself did it for the two we pray for, let it replicate to. I'm not swear somebody, but sometimes is an insult to you human right for let you come and public medium. See, you've been the rich for all today for donkey years. I take a name with no grudge. I took you in the country come out and the talk like anything. I don't take note of your name and in the country come out and like no say whatever TV show somebody one day it will replicate in you because if you mean good for me, God will give you good. If you mean bad for me, God will give you the bad. God not full for that make me I work at me free from 34 count charge. I work at me free for a charge free for me let me into life inside you. God not full, God not the mistakes. So let's be positive minded. Not let us see this is EPC. Not like SFP come out apart. That example it means say if somebody will not SFP you the whole lot of local and for nothing because we not have SFP. No. If you not commit, not reason for lock you up. Why would think narrow thinking? These are the people who diaspora. We don't make some of us anybody diaspora because we they ever express we don't travel. So we don't travel to study men and things, but there's nothing. How they come out of the village, them bush time go abroad, they're still in a bush up till now. They're not gonna ever change.
Okay, so Comrade Koita Indo address the caller, and again, Dandina Sontiwa been forgiven chance for address. And they go to Daramy. Daramy, waiting you been get for answer. There was a specific question about you St. Edward's days and some other questions. Address them, make we they go before.
Yes, and first of all, make I just address shortly the first caller, when Omar. I think say in statement unfortunate and all, but me go tell you say me not a patronagi. One to me one for see na salon for make salon go before. And I will tell you say for let person become a politician, not all politicians and they were corrupt, and not all people in they come into politics because of money or for can do bad things. I will tell you say I do oversee for 14 years in America. Before I can salon, I don't build me hostel, I get me business, I get cars and everything. And for my can salon 2011, I no get land I no get extra land of side in the put kiosks. All the land they were getting, I get at the America. I worked very hard for make I buy them and everything. So for my can salon 2011, I did my government business. I not take land way, then they put kiosks safe or what. So if some people if you say in politics, I for go get greener pastures, mean I want turn back. And then one thing women nowadays agree with you say. If APC come back na power, take SLPP people and kill them go inside the same Paremba road, me not stand for that. The me don't suffer waiting me for suffer. God destined that for make that happen. Little did I know, being apostle like for travel. Sometimes if I know me get Paremba road, that thing didn't happen to me. I feel so much humiliations and all. But sometimes if they travel around the world, I mean one person I go to China regularly. Sometimes if I don't go and catch COVID or something else go happen, I die. I go Paremba road, I come on, I do friends like Queenston, Ojuku, Adenkola, Cherno Ojuku Sisi, and other people. I cannot do it, they don't die. You know, so I don't know what thing God take me away from. So for me, I don't feel that the right thing. It's rather unfortunate that we call a day statement. But one thing we want from that caller, they go advise them. Try to understand how governments they go. Not to everybody in our government corrupt, and not to everybody in our government bad. Some people and they make frantic effort. Then they make things and then they do things and for push country go before. Divide of political party or whatnot. It's just that we are challenged with one thing and we are challenged. We get economic challenge now with country in a salon. And you get to understand. I served in government. I understand government. So you not get to say that. The person we ask about me days in St. Edward's. Yes, I get good days in coming up. Sorry to the listeners who are not in touch last time. Good days which I enjoy coming up. But one thing that person they say. Been a very, very good Matilda, very, very good hand tennis player in St. Edward's. Now that long St. Edward's, I've been one of the champions in playing hand tennis and all that. They don't say I not play hand tennis, but I think say the skills and then somebody they way. Okay, I think say I then to call. And the other person we call from Istanbul, just the advice the first caller where I feel say that is the right thing. And if we come to them forum, now for make we can understand issues them, let we educate ourselves, waiting that we don't understand, let we ask them question a day, for make we able to understand much more, and let we say bring the information them out. It's a program where, Matilda give the opportunity for make you ask certain things and for clear them out, not to can attack people or can make statements and all. And then Mr. Caller, I'll tell you, you don't know me and you don't know us, so please. if you get your vengeance or you do overseas, you get your problem, they deal with them. Me say I'm in the America for 14, 15 years. I know the stress they already did. I know go take up on anybody. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So me not then at the caller in mind. I don't know what exactly the caller been they try to get at. But I'm going to play devil's advocate as I normally do. I think that maybe waiting the caller been they try for get at. Obviously, in your focus now being politician. Yes, I get a former politician or a politician because not former, he served in a state capacity. So former in that sense, but I'm still an active politician and a military man, a former military officer. Right now, we're at the interview. I think say waiting the caller been they try for talk about is that when we get bad politicians, then a lot of bad politicians, then where we don't see a lot of disingenuous politicians, then where we don't see, and then they do bad thing, then and they go without impunity. I think so. What thing they try for talk at that time was that it will be good for make some of them bad politicians they are so. We see them, they go sit on a Pademba Road and languish na Pademba Road, like how some of we brother and sister then we not even commit 1/10 of the crime can go languish na Pademba Road for no good reason. And again, I'm making an assumption here, trying to play devil's advocate. If Nadanden had been in reasoning, I think he made a point. He was making a general point that...
No, Matilda, I'm not cut you off. He didn't make a point. Now, if you want to talk about that, when they investigate politician, they find them guilty for corruption, they send them behind bars, then you give you reason. That kind of politician ain't free. Me come recruit, I mean, I be minister. Then go hold me because of I be corrupt and can't go to Paris. But if I come out now, I can't this video, then you have a point. How do you know bad politician? Until they investigate somebody, then you get the point for talk. You cannot just castigate people because you don't want them, because they are not member. I tell you, me very intelligent somebody highly intelligent. If you see you talk, I know the angle we come up from. I knew his angle. Then make I get this kind of answer. I know they go to post him back to back because I know see me focus is not APC, is not XFP, it's still you. You cannot judge bad politicians without the supporter not competent. How will you judge? They can't get the CI show. If it then go court, they say this policy are bad, then you judge them that way. Because the court don't say this policy is bad. But how will you judge politician?
Exactly. And I think you are right.
He serve a government. So the person is not talking out of any
because he wants a crime he commit for serve.
Exactly. You are absolutely right.
I started this year in the military. It's free of charge. Nobody. My salary is 3,000 euros. Up to I left, my salary was 700,000, less than $100 a month. I did 28 years. So if you say we're happy, how about any minister don't castigate people because you are not from the same region or same tribe or same political party. Let's think Sierra Leone. That person is anything genuine.
Exactly, and that's the point I was trying to make. But I tell you, thank you that you push them forward.
And
for
one
me.
thing what
so
will
when
come in
I
for
be trying for is that
Matilda.
If that, just give me a second, let me just finish and then I'll come to you. If that was the point he was making, then it was justified. However, and Nadanden at the side way I've been the go, if you know how I can talk, I can always say something and then I go with the however. However, in this justification, the person will go through the due process of the law. Just because you have a suspicion, just because you have an appearance or an alleged view, doesn't mean that, okay? Like, for example, Daramy, then I say they drive me flashy car, I get me host them, I get me business them. And then, yes, he can inside politics. If he can inside politics and you see and they live the lifestyle, but you don't know the lifestyle where they live prior to, or you don't know in background, then the risk of assumption is automatic, right? So now that make we get the law, and now that make we need law for work for we. Because that is the only way people can find vindication, true vindication, and also people them where they do bad, they also back can get pay for the bad where they don't do. I go to you, Daramy.
Yes, one thing where I want for let people know, just as I say, I worked in government and I studied government and I learned government and I learned salon government and I sabi salon government. One thing I want let people go back into, whether not this government or not the past government, go back, go look at the budgetary allocation to the prisons. You go see, say government, they spend a lot of money to the prisons, not on prison officers. I may talk about their salary and their hardware, but taking care of prisoners. Go back to the budget and look at them. When you look at them, you look at how much government they spend on the prisons for their food, their medical and all. It's a huge money. But when you come down, that's not the work of the politician up there. But when you come down, when that money trickle down, it comes to the prison officer them, the prison officials, la point and them. When you come to the prison officer, you watch how then in the contractor they play with that money, they then cut and adjust and this, that, stay waiting the kind inside the prison as food, how then they take come and this, that. When you go, you look the kind of food where then they cook. Trust me, it's not commensurate to that money. Day. Yes, politicians and for no and all, but I will tell you, see, government they play on part for make the prisons and better. As I be everything about the prisons waiting there upon. I spent 11 months in Pademba Road and not Mingoli don't they sleep. I use that time that I read books. I find out about the prison system, the judiciary, and everything. I learned about them, the good, the bad, and the ugly of them, and what needs to be done to correct them. But I will tell you, say, government, whether or not the past government, whether or not this, go look at the budgetary allocations through the prisons, taking care of prisoners, how much do they spend, then they allocate for taking care of one prisoner a day. Then after that, you will not see the politicians or the government, they try on that side. But on the other side, I don't feel safe for a person to be a politician, it is a crime. That person, the way they talk, sometimes brother na chief in our village, that chief na politician, or sometimes a section chief or paramount chief or na whatever it is in our village. He's a politician. Being a politician is just that he is there to serve the people. Look at other people then misdirect them, then feel say coming into politics, now they have any way for make money and they have any way you for come for make you get a better life where you no ever get and all. And me they tell everybody, the people that we know me before they can work for government and we know me now. They not say the same lifestyle where they live before. Drive nice cars, live in a fine house, wear fine clothes, go vacation, enjoy myself. It's the same life I'm living. Because I work hard for my money and I find ways and means for like I get her. I don't do criminal things. It's not government money and all other things. I think government money, I ever tamper with government 1 penny. Me, when they talk on radio and television, me more sharp, so trust me. See, I know for left me. But they went into the ministry, I'll tell you, went into the Ministry of Agriculture, then turn all the books them around, audit everything, looks out and everything. Even while they go upline, feel for the motor car, not they sign for, and a driver they sign for. You understand? Before I say per diem for journalists, all journalists, I work with them, and then they go sign for them per diem, and they ever sign. No. That's how transparent I was. Government no get money. Government pull. Now then one day I tell you, say, Munku and camp and politics, now I'm bugging day. When I'm Munku and can end they unbug things, but trust me, it's about giving service back to the people. Just a quick thing, comrade, see, if you don't serve in the army, get all the experience here and all. You can hop out and go do consultancy, go do training, even if not to Salone Army. Whether na ECOWAS Army, UN Army, or AU, or this, that, or then training places him, and then side and get peacekeeping mission, they will take him. They go pay a good salary and all. But he left for cancer salon for coming to politics and all. Trust me, man. So some people, please be mindful of his statement. What you don't know, don't assume. Please. Thank you.
What you don't know, don't assume, indeed, because a lot of assumption they go on, and that assumption, then they mostly, for the majority of the part, don't play a great role in outside we find we safe now. We don't come to 2 hours, to top of 2 hours, we don't pass over them. This talk, like I say, with a pillar, I thought it would be a 3-part, but it looked like, say, in 2 parts we can do it, and we can do it succinctly, because we don't touch on a whole lot of things then. And now we go inside Pademba Road. From Pademba Road, we go inside that fateful day. But guess what, viewers? We won't do it tonight. Tonight, the only question we're going to end with, I go ask me panelists then, when una reach inside Pademba Road, did you think it was going to be quick in and out? Was it what you imagined? Or were you shocked as to how long the ordeal took? Now that question, the normal one make una answer today, even as we come back and sit down inside what we know Pademba Road to be.
So you just
this
okay,
one not at the left una free rein because now una experience una talk how una want for talk now then we the end and today. When you got there, did you think okay, maybe tops 2 days, 3 days, at most 1 month, I go back to my life where I sabi? Or what did you think? Just put us in that space. So when we come back, we dey take off from that space to what you realized.
Well, honestly, when we go Pademba Road, okay, go ahead, Koita.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, when I go Pademba Road, trust me, at the worst, I know me feel say I go do more than a weekday. I just feel say it's in and out. Okay, then just while I go Pademba Road, for later say, okay, we send Daramy go Pademba Road. I thought it was in and out. That's not been my thought. And the very first time when I enter Pademba Road, you don't know what to expect. But I mean, just a brave and say, definitely mortal man they inside it. If mortal man and did it, they know they live there for years, which means I can live there because I'm a very strong person and I can adapt. And well, maybe not as Koita, but I have a lot of military training and a lot in the States. And I know say I can adapt to any situation. So going inside Pademba Road the first day, I don't believe until and can we go inside the gates, they lock the gates, then they process you. I hold my small plastic bag in my hand, my short trusses, and my half back. And then can we go reception. But just as I can say, as we go there, you know, I meet a friend there at Pademba Road. Somebody don't meet me, Paddy, I never know Stephen did it. And that person there, just like we, you know, like we they travel, we don't go receiving at airport. Matilda, or viewers or listeners. That person I go receive me at the airport at Pademba Road. I mean, I go welcome me there, and it did well for me. And I go tell you, say inside Pademba Road, within the term one day, I think say me that the most transferred prisoner inside Pademba Road. I think in the shortest possible, the short time. Inside Pademba Road, I think say they transfer me 9 term inside the one prison. I live in all the block like. You can't tell me say I'm not for there today because of what reason or what not I should move. So they transfer me 9 term and I know they wish anybody for going inside Pademba Road. I know they wish me enemy say for me go inside Pademba Road. Because I see people and they go inside Pademba Road, Matilda, then they go there, they're okay, they're not able to handle the stress. I see people and they craze before me eye. And by God in grace, 9 whole week and able to get you. I see not to 1, not to 2, not to 3, not to 4, not to 5. People and they go in the normal. The pressure after 2-3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, the pressure after 1 month, then they craze and don't craze, man. Not to fake.
I go hold you there. Because that is the Pademba Road that we
I know they go into Ram. I just ride on top Randy. So I just tell you going in there and I mean just feel saying as until they be shot. But after I do 2 months there, Matilda, you have to be honest with me. After I don't do 2 months there, I make up my mind and my mind me make up. I say I go there. I know say 2023 I will come out. I'm not resolute my mind.
Wow. So you took yourself that far back and say in 4 years' time,
yes,
I will be out.
That.
Wow.
But
so people them, I hope say they understand the psychology of how
and something they will happen to me in Pademba Road were very, very bad.
Wow.
I don't like to talk about that. Not personally, but psychologically.
Psychologically.
We are no say I go need for the take counseling more from religious people for help me with that. Koita ain't go understand what they talk about.
Wow.
You know, it go trust me. If you Matilda, I don't want to let me enemy go there. Before I say you don't let nobody go there. But I'll tell you one thing, the time I spent at Pademba Road, I was one of the most popular prisoners. Even now, sir, you go inside, you're asking the old jail man for me, and go tell you, then Sabine, I keep a very good relationship with everybody. Koita will tell you that.
Wow.
That's me.
Okay, viewers, I know for say una know they see me face and una don't use for see me face technical difficulties, but the good thing is that even with the technical difficulties, una can still hear me voice, una can still hear the guest them voice. I go to Comrade Koita, make himself take we through, enter na Pademba Road, and remember for him, this will be the second time now. This will be the second time where they enter na Pademba Road. What was the feeling like? And you've been feel to say, this is going to be a quick thing. I will be out of here in a week. And then we go left arm for this evening time. Viewers and listeners, make we listen to it in Nabi Comrade Koita in your psyche when he enter for the second time.
Matilda, me number last for the second time. Let me tell you, they will not make me indictment, they will not even arrest me. They will not make me indictment, I was never arrested. Because my indictment, I was arrested, the first one on the 11th of February. They make me indictment on January 10th. So they will not make that indictment and make me charge them, I was never arrested. That are the first thing I can tell you. I get I keep on because sometimes people will get for pay this price. We get for fight. We want to fight against impunity. Fight against impunity.
So you were indicted. You the try for say make you indictment.
I'm not indicted. They make me charges. I was never arrested.
Wow.
So when I arrested, got blind then completely, and the Attorney General signed that indictment without even seeing the date on the 10th of January.
So who's Attorney General will they talk about? Make we be precise. Priscilla Schwartz.
Priscilla Schwartz. You all know Sabinati.
Now he signed them, and I signed them because some of me, let me tell you, when I go Pademba Road, I knew I was going for a long haul, and I was prepared for that. I don't be ever think I go come up quick because based on how the non-politicized the thing, they go for investigate me, they let people say, well, logo, they can spend that out, we go for go to MOD, they go for let people, they say, logo, internal affairs, the argument between the one person whoever I get respect for is the former internal affairs minister, Wina Suluku. He was very precise and honest. After they investigate me, he said, this man will give fans on a release, but it was Lima and State House, and I didn't know how the past would be hearing them, with Bremaja and the IG. That's so they left and Tontonti. I knew I was going for a long haul, and I was prepared for that.
Which IG? Which IG?
It started from Moigbe Empire, Pansuvula. Made them both put out Paris. Start from Moigbe, Ikaina, Pansuvula, and Bremaja. I knew I was going, maybe no say, I've been no say I did it until election country in 23, then I will free because I saw it coming. So I prepared my mind as a military man would prepare for the worst too. I've been not prepared my mind for the worst. I know say that 2020 they arrest me, I'm going to spend 3 years. Then 2023, I know say justice will prevail. That was my plan. However, I know say I not commit crime. I see if I come out to get before that, it happened. But I spent 7 months. My brother Daramy a witness. 7 months in incarceration. Will not see sun. Will not ever see
confinement.
Solitary confinement for 7 months. If I see sky, I would go to court. Then they run with them sky like say, run from the worst time. So maybe prepare my mind for a long haul. I will not say, easy because if you get genuine fight, see the judiciary get for play clear thing. I had already not prepared my mind from the way they arrest me inside court, and the magistrate not saying nothing. I knew this is going to be a long halt. Then I made my mind straight. I said, let me go and live. People have done the 5 years, 6, 8 years, 10 years. Myself can survive and I can survive more than them because I'm sure I didn't commit a crime. But the only way they pay no for me right now, the one way I go for a jail, up till now, he didn't say they suffer innocently with a gunshot like 9 foot. You don't become disabled. That is my pain, and that is the impunity I'm fighting up to date. So I knew it's not going to be easy. I know say I can even go and not come back again. That is all. I'm really prepared for all that they say. I may go in prison and not come out again alive. I was prepared. I can go there. I spent 2-3 years there. I was prepared because I knew it's going to be a long haul, and I've been prepared for that because I saw it coming from the political investigation. The minister, they argued with the deputy, and left by a deputy in the go state house. So I saw it coming. So I know it's not going to be easy. But God knows the rule. God knows He will not commit a crime. We spend some time, hard times. We get good and bad times at prison because we have both in prison. But we will come to yourself, encourage yourself, we tell yourself, say, Lord, be strong. We will make fun until God gets you out of the prison without being a criminal. Mind you, people like misunderstand something like this, just like the president. When they ask him for the barrel, he said that be criminal and they forget to say, you only become criminal if you are convicted. Criminal offense. You are that man, you are that armed robber, you are that criminal. Anybody that convicts you not a criminal offense, you are not a criminal. So people have understand that all man go to jail with a criminal. No? So na civil matter can then go to the Pareba Road. Just civil matter. Cause I either they say the Pareba Road. Go Pareba Road, you go see them here. So we get for stand up and community. Now we get for stand. But still, I may not be ever prepared for young people. Very, very long ones.
Okay, I think we're not hearing you a little bit. There's a bit of interruption. We're not hearing you.
You get me now?
Yes, now we get you.
Okay. I said me, when I go Palemba Road, I've been prepared for a long haul. I've been not saying it's going to be 2 years or 3 years, but I knew the way how they take the case and the kind of political interference between the minister, the then minister of internal affairs was in deputy. My case get for go state house. I did get for Kande, Ramadan Kande. I know say this is go while they go so that I put everything in place. I say maybe I'll go without coming out anymore, or I'll go. I spend 2-3 years. We got eventually justice prevail, but I knew this was something get for go easily. But God may come and go back easily. We go spend 7 months. It is difficult. We had good and bad times, but at the end of the day, we prove innocent before the court of law with lengthy going court back and front. They say nobody will prosecute you. You go no more with they say with no witness. They say okay. They are just we get a long adjournment and then 2 weeks for prosecute you. Then 3 weeks for station. 1 month they go tell you 1 month. Imagine you if if I want to come they go say back 1 month. They begin say by law alone law they say if somebody go to court from magistrate to high court 3 times without the prosecution not get sufficient evidence for prosecute that person, they prosecute and decide the case automatically. That is inside the law. The magistrate they know that the judge they know that they say if somebody appear 3 times without the prosecution not get sufficient evidence for prosecution, therefore acquitted decide that person without any delay. But we spend over 25% the book court. We spend over 7 months. My brother and they spend 11 months with no evidence. Then later they say they are acquitted discharge you without compensation. Without compensation. By law, they for compensatory. Anybody in state case, you level to compensation. But some of we, one of the cases that because if you go there, just cut upon that case on top of you. So let no compensation. But one day, justice will prevail.
Indeed, we go get for Canada side, but me fumble them for tonight. Now, yes, so we go tap the story. Now, yes, so the motorcar go park, the driver go rest, the passenger then go eat. Some man go eat cookery, some man go eat in patch granite, some man go eat in dry bread. Whatever mumunyere they able fen, then go fen am. But we dey pack the motorcar now, yes, so now this junction for today. And then we go come back. We go inside Pademba Road prison right up until the day of 29th April 2020. The investigations that followed, the outcome, and where we are currently with Pademba Road prison. I know say I shift the £10, but next week, 7 o'clock, by God in power, I hope say the 2 gentlemen that will be available for make we finish this waka yaso. Because we don't waka. We don't sit down inside the patrol, eh? They can call them patrol. We don't sit down inside the patrol proper now. And I sure say na this side when they wait for say, okay, waiting Matilda get for ask. Waiting it get for say. I am not the one going to say it this time because they are here in flesh and blood. They will tell you their truth. Not asthma, not how Matilda see him, not how you feel say you foresee him, not how you feel say it pass, but waiting then see and waiting then leave for tell the story later. And don't begin tell the story and go continue for tell the story. Next week, when we not forget to not to 8:15 at the begin next week, now same time 7 o'clock now they tell him nayaso. To 8:15 or 7 o'clock now they tell him nayaso. So I've given you an introduction. Go back and go listen to this one yaso proper. Because from this we move on to the psychological part. Waiting we've been there inside right now have been just apprehension, thinking, thoughts, processes, but now we go into the psychological resistance. And when we get into the psychological resistance, it's going to be bumpy. It's not going to be an easy flight. It's going to be a very emotional flight. It's going to be a very bumpy flight. But they are here to tell their story. They are here to stand in their truth. Me fumble them. I want to tell you all thank you. Any side one I feel on self na the wall. May God continue for bless you. May God continue for bless Mama Salone. And may God give we the leaders them where we they pray for. Those who have the heart of man and the heart of flesh to serve, to put themselves, to be selfless to the cause. Tell una all thank you. Next week, by God in power, we go sit down inside Pademba Road and we go reach 29 April 2020 and we could talk about Usai we dey so today, 7th May 2021. 1 year later. What became of the victims? What became of the perpetrators? Have there been justice? Will there be justice? Is there even a need to ask for justice? Is justice a word that is known within the periphery of our land? We will ask those questions. We go look inside them soberly. I promise you that. We don't do this for ourselves. We do it for posterity. We do it for the land that we love. May God bless you all. Unatata.
Thank you.